How far down?
A little further. Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's
All
perfect.
right.
Yay, we're here, everybody. Okay, let me see.
I'm here too.
Yep, cool. You should be able to hear Philly. You should be able to hear me.
Maybe you can hear me.
Turn down Philly just a little bit because I fear he's going to be a little loud. Cool. All right, Spider Nerd is here. He's very excited because he's a Transformers nerd. He's the only person that talks back to Philly in our Discord
About Transformers.
about Transformers. And Clay
PlayStation.
Claystation.
PlayStation.
Well, anyway, Claystation is here. First time chatter. Thanks for joining. I guess friend of Philly's.
Brother of Philly.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
A family of Philly. All right, sorry. My throat's a little caught up because we just ate, or I just ate. But, man, I'm going to try my best to not let that bother me. You hear that still?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me, but
All right, I'm going to go sew one ear. Okay, cool. All right, guys, so we're here. It's been a minute. We've got Philly here. Philly, what? What was that?
Should I be recording yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We're gonna do a little bit of news. We're gonna try to go through it kind of quick because I also just want to
get to the episode.
get to the episode. Yeah. So let me think real quick. Let me think. Okay, cool. You don't have to record yet. We're gonna record later. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit record on not you. Don't do anything. I'm talking to myself, and then we're gonna start the news.
Hands off.
Okay, we're still live. Okay, we're still good. I gotta put in the music in later. Welcome to news from the Phantom Zone. I gotta cover up Philly. I'm sorry.
Oh, there he
Oh
goes.
no!
What are you doing?
That's not good. Okay, give me 1 second.
Oh, because he's on that screen.
Yeah, yep,
Oh, I
that's
see
why.
what.
You can cover me up. It's fine.
Well, now he's
Now he's
LAN.
gone. I know. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. That's not how that was supposed to work.
Could you pull the news up on your phone?
I can fix this. I'm sorry. It should just be capture window, not capture screen. So now, if I put this in front of him, it won't do anything. See?
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Wait, what?
It's
No,
fixed.
no.
Now he's gone completely.
I just can't go full screen. That's all. No worries. Just cannot go full screen or else it gets confused. I think because if you go full screen, Windows automatically like closes whatever's behind it. You just don't know. It happens in the background. So that's why like the camera like
It's
couldn't
probably
catch
something
it.
to like save on RAM.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hi, Sabdrap.
Sabdrab, hello. Spider says it's like the Joke of Monsters Inc. where Mike's always getting covered in the promo. Yeah, that almost happened. Anyway, welcome to News from the Phantom Zone, where we bring you some of what happened recently because we've been gone for a little bit, and so we get to talk about.
We've been gone for a while.
Sorry, this isn't working either. Okay, perfect. We've been gone for a few weeks, so let's get to some of the things that I want to talk about. Berto, are you ready?
I am.
Philly, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, I knew I had to turn you down a little bit. Can you turn down the speakers a little bit?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got excited.
I know. That's fine. That's all good. You do you. I just my ear's gonna explode. Okay, perfect.
Are too good.
Yeah. Okay. Ghost Rider. So there's not gonna be any visuals for this, just because we have 3 cameras. I either get rid of Philly.
You'll crash
or
your
have...
computer if you try to fuck
No,
with
no,
it.
no, I won't. It would work fine.
Okay.
Computer's great. Ghost Rider series? Question mark. Sorry, I just ate. Brad Winderbaum, head of TV streaming and animation at Marvel Studios, wants to make a Ghost Rider series on Disney Plus. Probably just for you, Berto.
Just for me. Except they're not doing the Ghost Rider I want.
They want to do like your least favorite one, right?
Danny Ketch, yeah.
He said the Danny Ketch era of Ghost Rider. I think there'd be a lot of people who would be here for some Ghost Rider.
I mean,
Now,
I'll be here for some Ghost Rider.
So I guess he's kind of one of the people immediately below Kevin Feige, right? Because he's in charge of, like I said, TV streaming and animation.
Mhm.
But I guess he just really wants to do something with Ghost Rider and maybe there's something coming up, or maybe he just wants to do a
Because
TV
I know
show.
they were planning on doing a Ghost Rider TV show a while back on Hulu. And it was supposed to tie into like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and like all that TV universe that was going on at the time.
Right, so that guy, Robbie Reyes.
Yeah.
That'd be great if they just
great,
bring
'cause
him back.
he
'cause
was
he's already
great.
established.
Yeah.
And then you get a little excited about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
It's like your favorite fucking thing. Philly, any thoughts?
I'm not a huge Ghost Rider fan. I think he looks cool. I don't know anything about the character really, just what I've heard from you guys. Robbie Reyes is a cool name.
It is.
This would be Danny Ketch, probably. Is what he wants to do. Who's like the second Ghost Rider? He's usually
He usually has a blue flame. I
yeah,
believe.
he's blue.
No.
He's got a whole different thing going on, but there's
He
also a
was
lot.
the little kid in the second Ghost Rider movie.
He was the kid in the second one, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's all these kind
That's
of
very cool.
Blue Fire is cool. There are these theories that they're gonna bring back Johnny Blaze for some movie or event coming up in the future anyway. So it's like playing around with different characters, but
Right.
I don't know. Don't oversaturate it. Do Robbie Reyes. He's already around.
Hell yeah.
All right, next. AMC, Regal, and others plan to spend $2.2 billion on theater upgrades.
Pickleball, baby.
Including pickleball courts, zip lines, and bowling alleys.
So, what?
Other upgrades would include 21K digital projection screens, which is
that's nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
Upgraded sound, and seating upgrades. So like the things that you want to see in a movie.
All
theater.
that is great. All the other stuff, I think they're trying to make it so people are just spending more time at movie theaters.
Yeah.
Which I guess would bring them more money because they don't actually make that much off of ticket sales.
Right. They mostly make money on concessions.
Yeah.
And like
If
when
you're
we
playing
go to
pickleball and getting all sweaty and stuff, oh man, let me go get a Pepsi.
Now I think what's really worked at our movie theater, which is a Regal, they added a bar, and like people.
Yeah, but the bartenders suck.
No, they're very nice people.
You can be nice and still be bad at your job.
I don't think they're bad. The two ones that are usually there. You know what I'm talking about?
It
like
takes
the two
me
main guys.
12 minutes to get
That's
a
because
can of beer.
Well, see, that's my point. They're fucking swamped. It's like it really helped them out. I think originally I was like, well, that's gonna be a funny experiment. Like I'm gonna use it. I love a beer with my movies, but like, are other people gonna go there? And then now, like, if you go see a big movie, like the bar's full. It's like completely full, and you have to wait a while.
And they put one bartender there.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they don't really staff it appropriately, but look, guys, it should be movie theater execs who listen to this.
None.
But the answer is simple. Convince the movie studios to stop putting their movies on digital 3 weeks after release, and then people will figure it out and then start coming back to the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yeah, I was going to reference that from your tweet that you said about it. Also, just make your arcades better.
That's true too.
Does ours still have an arcade?
Yeah, it has like 3 games.
I had never been in there.
Get like some VR in there or something.
Yeah, or like anything updated.
So like pickleball.
God.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, there are like movie theater bowling alley combos. I've seen some of them.
Yeah.
Or I've seen like bowling alleys in like malls next to a movie theater. Or like nowadays, like we got a bowling alley not too far from us, and it has like axe throwing and billiards and good food and all this other shit.
Yeah, but we already have that. We don't need that at our local Regal.
Correct. So, but I think just in general, it's like, yeah, they want to kind of evolve. They want more reasons for people to at least step foot in the movie theater.
Yeah.
And then maybe go see a movie. Thank you, Spider Nerd. Noted. Okay, Philly's louder now. Let me know how that goes. But, yeah, Billy?
I don't know. I feel like going to the arcade the theater as a kid was like an experience. You know, it was like they had like these big cutouts and statues and all. It's like the arcade was insane. And then you go to the movie, and then you go back to the arcade, and I was like, just make it that again.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that.
Yeah, I could do that.
And that might be what they're trying to do with like the pickleball and the zip lines, but I don't know if you're gonna.
Those are insane things, though. Like, and
Yeah.
they're all loud. They're all very loud activities.
You don't need to add all that.
Imagine you're in a quiet movie and you hear like pickleball and bowling pins. Like, fuck that, you know?
Also, it has to be cheaper than going to play pickleball or to the bowling alley, because if you want to bring people in, you want them to go bowling and then go to the movie. If going bowling's cheaper, they'll just go before and then go just to see the movie.
That's true.
I
Just
think,
like how we get candy from like a store before we buy it.
that is true.
Yeah.
I think a big part of this is also like targeting some movie theaters that are standalone buildings, which are always a horrible idea. Like, a movie theater should be at a place where people are already
In like some sort of plaza.
plaza or a mall or
Yeah.
something. I mean, now malls only exist to hold the movie theater that was there earlier, but like whatever the next thing is, you know, like it's not a mall anymore, but like an outdoor shopping center, like literally all of the Regals and AMC's near me I can think of are in outdoor shopping centers,
including the Disney Springs one. The
Disney
big
Springs, because you need
City Walk.
people need to see it. People need to walk by the movies and go, oh, hey, that's what's playing. Let's come in a few hours. Let's come tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just put it in a parking lot in the middle of nowhere. And I've seen those, and I wonder how they stay in business. Because why are people going to that movie theater, you know?
Right.
Where they can't go to dinner before or afterwards. They have to get in their
The only way I
car
can think of
and
is it's just the one closest to them.
get on the highway.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a movie co, by the way?
When I was a kid.
Yeah, they're like that. They're like in the middle of a giant parking
Yeah.
lot, nothing around it.
Movie code sucks.
Doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Just stop releasing your movies. Get the studios to stop releasing their movies early, because your business model depends on it, right? Because
That's what
you
gets
know,
people into movie theaters.
Netflix and WB and Disney, they don't run the movie theater, so like they don't give a shit. They want to make their end of the bargain, and they make money off of all those other things, supplemental money, when they don't get the ticket sales. But the movie theaters don't.
Well,
so
they're gonna start giving a shit when they start not making money off of the movies.
well, that's
they're
the thing.
making.
A lot of movies are just tanking.
Yeah.
And it's because people go less often. Like,
And inflated budgets.
yep, okay,
Budgets are
yeah,
insane
the
right now.
budgets. But like Deadpool and Wolverine made like, you know, almost $2 billion, and like the movie theater was jam packed for that. It's great for
That
that.
doesn't happen that often anymore.
Right, but that's the thing. But then like 2 weeks later, another movie comes out, and I was like, people are like, nah, I don't want to see that. I already went to the movies, you know. But like when I was a kid, I went to the movies twice every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I feel like people just don't do that anymore. They just wait for the next thing, the next big event, and then every other movie they'll catch it on
like
streaming.
our friend, your brother-in-law Max, he's like, oh, I'll just wait till it's on streaming.
Yeah,
He doesn't like
in,
going to the
in
theaters.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Does he not really?
His logic is like, why am I gonna buy a movie ticket when I can just stream it?
Because it's a movie theater. That's why.
Just
anyway.
saying, every he only goes to like the big movies.
All right.
Back when
Oh,
my
yeah, go ahead.
brother and I were young, we would we'd go. We didn't live in a city, so we'd drive to the city and we'd see 2 or 3 movies in a day, and then drive back home.
Oh, that's some Canada shit right there, man.
Yeah, like we drove 3 hours, watched 2 or 3 movies, and then drove 3 hours home. And we get
Oh,
home at
man.
2 to 5 a.m.
Ooh, sounds kind of fun though.
It does sound like an
Long
experience.
days.
It's like
though.
a
They
ro-
were fun days. Those
Yeah,
were
it's
fun
like a
days.
movie road trip, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was like because we couldn't have it on streaming.
Oh,
But
actually,
I think-
he's here and he says that sucked.
He didn't like this. He wouldn't let me drive.
Ah.
I mean, I have a better driving record,
Damn.
and
Hey.
I was more awake.
There you go.
Yeah, and then I think Furiosa was on streaming while it was still in theaters here.
Yeah, and that's probably
So
part of the
sad.
reason why that tanked, because that was actually a pretty damn good movie.
If they had marketed it a lot better, and if like again, it didn't come out like a week after Deadpool, where again, people, it's not
I
like
think
the
it
old
came out
days where,
before Deadpool.
or I guess like,
It came out after Dune.
well, it wasn't that close to Dune though.
No.
Dune came out in like the spring.
So did
I think
Furiosa.
Dune came
No,
out in
Furiosa
March.
came out like a few months ago. It was like June, or it was like at the late. It was like June. It was like it was definitely June or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, no, but it's in between some event movies, and people again,
Yeah.
they're not going to the movies every week, and they're gonna make some sacrifices and wait
Yeah.
to streaming. But
Which sucks, because that I really did like that movie.
moving on. Sorry, what?
I said I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
No.
okay. Me neither. Moving on. The script for Constantine 2 is finished.
Wow.
Now, last I heard, I thought this wasn't. We've been talking about this movie a lot.
Supposedly, it wasn't happening.
It wasn't happening, and now they're saying that the script is done, and like Keanu Reeves is definitely attached to it, and it's going to be like very R-rated. And I would love if Shia LaBeouf came back, but
I doubt it.
Doubt that very much. So I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it, right?
Yeah. I won't believe it till I'm watching it. It's just one of those things.
All right.
I have no thoughts on this.
Cool. Moving on. Directors weigh in on AI. So I don't know if I've been vocal about it, but I absolutely detest AI and what it's doing to literally every single industry that is so excited to find ways to implement it into its workflow somehow.
Right.
And usually it's ham-fisted and it's not thought through, and they just want to slap AI on something and have it do something, right?
Like they're doing to every phone right now.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I'm like, I don't know if you've used the AI on like Instagram. I'm like, I don't
Not on purpose.
exactly. And I'm like, why do I need it? I'm just on Instagram. Like, why do I need to ask it an AI related question? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I find it for those applications, I find it sillier.
It gets in the way.
Yeah, and I find it sillier than just Googling something.
Well, now Google does like the AI
I
shit when you
know.
Google too, and it's not always correct information.
Well, see, that's the thing too. We were very quick to assume that AI is correct all the time. It's not. It's just like grabbing information from the internet and then picking and choosing what it thinks it's right, basically.
Mm-hmm. And people put all sorts of shit on the internet, so.
Yeah. But anyway, AI is quickly moving into the movie industry. And now's about the time we need to start figuring that out. So James Cameron, apparently he's been using AI to remaster a lot of his movies lately. Like his last few remasters had some AI behind it. And everyone hates the remasters. They don't think they're very good at all, despite the fact what he says. But anyway, he said he joined the board of directors for a company called Stability AI. And he says that, I lost a tweet. Basically, he says that he's always been on the forefront of visual effects and CGI and yada yada.
Yeah, I wrote Avatar 30 years ago, but I didn't have the technology to make it.
Right. And so now he's like, this is the next thing, and I'm going to be on top of that also, which I very much
It's very
don't
James
like.
Cameron of him.
Yeah, him and his giant inflated ego. Anyway, some other directors, some other good directors like Guillermo del Toro said the value of art is not how much, and if you can look it up and see him say it, do that because he's great.
He's very passionate.
He's a very passionate guy. The value of art is not how much it costs or how little effort it requires. It's how much would you risk to be in its presence? How much would people pay for those screensavers? Because earlier you called them just like nice screensavers, and that's it. Are they going to make them cry because they lost a son, a mother, because they misspent their youth? Fuck no.
Wow.
And then Michael Bay, a
Oh,
director
boy.
we're about to talk about a lot, and one whose movies I don't quite enjoy, but you know, I was thinking about it, and I'm going to mention it again later, but like a guy like Michael Bay is good for the industry because he employs a lot of people, he makes a lot of movies, they're big,
They usually end up making a lot of money.
and they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
He sets the bar very low.
but you
Yeah.
know, like you can make as many art house films as you want. Are they really moving the industry forward? No,
Unfortunately.
but they're great to watch, right?
Right.
So anyway, Michael Bay says it doesn't create, it just imitates, and it will create a whole bunch of lazy people. So to all the creators out there, have no fear. So
I'm actually surprised that
I
Michael
know.
Bay is not on the side of AI.
I know. But the thing is too is like Michael Bay at least has a lot of appreciation for like classic special effects.
He
like
likes blowing shit up.
no, but
Yeah.
I mean
He
you know,
likes real explosions.
One of the reasons why the Transformers movies look good when they do look good is because he puts a lot of shit in camera.
Yeah.
You know, and then putting the Transformers there don't really stand out that much. It doesn't look as all that CGI-y in the big scheme
Right.
of
It's
things.
very stylish.
It looks kind of tangible in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
A lot of his movies don't. I mean, I don't like his creative choices, But like, he kind of knows what he's doing in terms of like putting a movie together.
knows
Now,
how to
if
make
that movie's gonna be good,
He
that's
knows how to
another
make stuff
conversation.
look good, not
Yeah.
necessarily. The substance is what's missing.
Oh yeah. I could disagree with every single creative choice he makes on this next movie we're going to talk about, but I don't know. I'm upset about AI entering any artist or creator spaces.
Right. We just had like a months-long strike over that.
Yeah.
No lessons were learned.
No. I don't want a computer making a video game or a movie or art or writing anything, even
Unless
a fucking
it's
article.
to show how terrible it is.
Yeah.
Which I believe South Park did. I think they did an episode written by ChatGPT.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one though. I saw that like you can. There are filters that don't work too good because I saw someone post like a Grammarly thing where they were gonna post an article, but they run it through Grammarly, and Grammarly apparently can like detect if it's AI written, and it'll be like, hey, some of this is like AI generated. Start over. But some people were complaining because like,
well, what if some people just write like that?
Yeah, or like if AI starts writing like them, then it'll recognize their work as AI.
The issue with something like that is the AI will eventually learn about that, and then
all AI in some way or another needs watermarks. Like that's the real legislation that needs to like happen.
digital watermarks. Yeah.
Yeah. Even written stuff, like written word, like you need to be able to somehow be able to tell this was not created by a person, or this is not a person talking to me right now. You know.
Right.
Burkinator. Oh. No more AI profile pictures for you. Okay, so sometimes we fuck around with AI profile pictures, but again,
That's not the same thing.
it's but it's like what Guillermo del Toro's saying. It's just a funny background.
Yeah.
It's a screensaver. It's not.
It's
That's
not,
it.
There's nothing serious about
Like,
it. Yeah.
don't. Yeah. But anyway. Moving on. Ocean's 14 is now in the works.
Jesus Christ.
So this is going to be one where George Clooney and Brad Pitt are returning. Ocean's 13 or Ocean's 11 Around the Room. How do we feel about it?
I like Ocean's 11.
Very good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like a good heist.
Ocean's 11 is one of my favorite movies. Like full stop. Period. It's so good. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm due for a rewatch. I never rewatched 12 and 13, and I don't
think I've seen 12 and 13. I have no interest in seeing 8.
I'm way more.
12.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm way more interested in watching 8 than 12 and 13 because I know what 12 and 13 is.
8
and
you haven't seen yet.
8 is something new and interesting.
How new
also,
is it?
Hang on a second. I just remembered in 8 because Sandra Bullock plays like Ocean's cousin or some bullshit. And he's fucking dead. In that movie, they like see his grave or something.
Oh.
So Danny Ocean is apparently dead. So what George Clooney, I don't know. I guess they'll bring it back or that one's an I Can't or something.
Well, it might depend on how well that movie did.
My little Francis, first time chat, hello, says they have the technology now to make Ocean's 14.
Whoa, is James Cameron involved?
Burkinator says Ocean's 11, the original with the Rat Pack. I don't.
Oh, like
think,
way back in the day.
I don't know if he's being serious because that movie is like famously bad.
Oh.
Like,
well, aren't the Rat Pack like they're not good actors?
No, they're not. they were.
They're fun people, but
it was basically like like The Rock and some other, and Justin Timberlake, like guys who are like they have their other careers and they just want to make movies every now and then.
Right.
Okay,
Ocean's
I'll put it.
11 is a remake?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
original's from like the 60s.
No kidding.
Yeah. Next, you're gonna say Cannonball Run wasn't a good movie. Listen, Burkinator, I have not seen Ocean's 11, but I've heard horrible things. And what's funny, if you go and you watch red carpet interviews from the time when Ocean's 11 was coming out, someone asked George Clooney, was like, "Oh, how does it feel? Do you feel like you owe something to the original film? You're remaking this thing that's a classic and blah blah." And his only answer was like, "Have you seen that movie?" And that's all he said. He was basically implying like it's. Look,
I like the Rat Pack. I love their music. I love them as like individual artists. Actors, they are not.
you have a Rat Pack poster in your in your house.
I
Yeah. Yeah, actors. Next is, so yeah, let's try it out. Let's watch Ocean's 11. Maybe we'll do it. Actually, you know what? It's not a superhero movie, but anyway, let's just do. We can probably talk about it. We can watch it when Ocean's 14 comes out.
Bonus episode.
Yeah,
There we
bonus
go.
thing.
Boom.
Yeah. Boom. Kyle Chandler is in talks for the Lanterns TV show as Hal Jordan.
I don't know if I like Kyle Chandler.
You don't? I like him a lot.
I think he's fine.
I think he's a really good actor.
He doesn't stand out to me in any way, though.
He looks like Hal Jordan.
I mean, it's one of those things where I guess I'll wait and see, but
he's got a big square
What is he being
chin,
in? I know his
you know?
face, but I can't think of what.
he's been in a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. He's never really like the main actor.
What's he like? What's like he famous for though?
Oh, I don't remember, but he was in something recently. Some Netflix original, I think.
Somebody in the chat look him up for something.
Oh yeah, we need a Philly backup.
Yeah, what the hell?
Usually Philly looks up this
Spider
stuff for
Nerd,
me.
step in.
I'm more of a Kyle guy. Yeah, Kyle Chandler. Look him up.
I'll look it up.
He's in I've seen him in a rom-com or two, in a TV show.
He has like the most familiar looking face ever.
Yeah.
He was in Friday Night Lights. Oh, he was the coach, right?
Is he? I don't know.
I don't know.
That doesn't
Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
He wasn't Godzilla.
He's
King
the
of the Monsters.
dad.
He is the dad.
help.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
think
a good
I,
movie.
I think he's just like super okay as an actor, though. He doesn't stand out to me.
I think he'd be fine. I don't think Hal Jordan's going to be the main character. You know?
Probably not.
I think it's going to be a Jon Stewart situation, and we'll see how... It's a Lanterns, plural show.
Right.
So I think the whole point is
He'll just be in it.
it's going to be...
He looks like
a
an Air
lot of
Force pilot,
lanterns.
though, so.
He looks straight up like Hal Jordan. I know there were some other guys that they had, like, rumored. I always thought it'd be a perfect role for Tom Cruise. As long as it's not a main role. Like if,
Right, but like
if... You
I
see
don't
what
know
I'm
if he'd
saying? Like an
accept.
old Hal Jordan. Like, he's the fucking...
and you could have
Top Gun.
headcanon that he's Maverick.
Yeah, it's the same fucking role, you know? Is it 2 on the nose? Is that what it is?
It might be.
Anyway.
Wasn't there a rumor in like 2015 that they were going to get Tyrese Gibson to be?
He was going to be Jon
Lantern?
Stewart. I think he was going to be cast as Jon
No
Stewart.
way.
Yeah.
When was that?
I'm glad they didn't do that because he's a terrible actor.
How far away? Back was
Thank
that?
you, Bruno.
So,
that was like 10 years ago.
was it supposed to be like for the
It was DC.
the DC show? So this show has been a long time coming. It's going to be originally the Lantern Corps. It was going to be part of the DCEU. It just
Oh
got
shit! This might be what he was attached to.
it was proposed. So it was postponed so many times that like the DCEU obviously ended, and now James Gunn's like, oh no, I still want to do that. Like, but now it's just going to be in our universe. You
Just let Tyrese roll around his fat stacks of cash that he's getting from Fast and the Furious.
Can't be that much, is it? Isn't he he's a singer, right? Isn't he a rapper?
Is
Like
he?
37 of them.
No, maybe he's not. I'm thinking someone else. I'm thinking everybody
Are you
else.
thinking of Ludacris?
I'm thinking about literally everyone else in Fast and Furious.
Bow
movies.
Wow?
Bow Wow, and
I feel like he made music at some
Ludacris,
point.
and
He might have like tried to like
Brother-
dip his feet in that, but
who was the other? Ludacris was in the second one. Who did the first one? There was another
Ja
rapper.
Rule.
Ja Rule. Thank you. I was like, there was another
And
rapper that
he
Ludacris
said no
replaced.
to coming back, and that's why Ludacris got put in.
And then Ludo went to space, didn't he?
He did.
Ja Rule
Yo.
was so busy.
Yeah, and then Ja Rule went and did his Firefest shit, and
Oh yeah,
got-
he was part of that. That's right.
Yeah,
They say they're gonna do that again.
great.
Have fun. Have fun, rich people. Anyway, last story. Avatar: The Last Airbender is now in production. Season 2, I meant to say.
Let's
With
go.
Mia Chek as Toph.
Okay.
So you might say, who is Mia Chek? Well, she's probably the hardest working child actor right now. She is 17, born in Japan, but adopted and raised in California, and has been acting for the last 10 years.
Oh shit.
Oh boy, here we go. Blake is here. Philly, can you see the chat?
Oh, I can see this idiot.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Anyway. So she born in Japan, blah blah blah. Acting for 10 years. She's been in roles on TV and film, including Hawaii Five-0, American Horror Story, the Are You Afraid of the Dark reboot.
I didn't watch that.
I didn't either. She was in Arrow. She was in Always Be My Maybe.
She must have been like 7 years old in Arrow.
Yeah. I mean, she's
Yeah.
17 now.
Yeah.
So, Always Be My Maybe, which is a pretty good rom-com with Ali Wong.
Okay.
The Astronauts, the Santa Clauses.
Wonder if she's one of the elves.
Maybe. They're all children.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's also in a show called Beef. It's a comedy with Ali Wong and Stephen Young.
I've heard that's really good. I have not seen it.
So I'm very happy with this. You got someone who is probably a good actor. She looks the part. She's young. She's not as young as Toph is supposed to be, but like none of these actors are, and that's something that they just accepted.
That's fine.
Early on.
The younger they are, generally the worse the acting is.
Yeah.
So.
She's got to be close to Aang in age, but not younger than Aang. Is she like about a little bit older than Aang? Or about the same age?
I think she's like the same. If she's older than him, it's like barely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think this is an excellent choice. Apparently they filmed a little teaser with like her feet in the ground.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was great. Did you see that, Philly?
I did. I thought it was very cool. I immediately thought that people were going to get weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
I didn't see anything weird, but I was like, oh, feet.
Here's the thing, though. That's the thing with the character. So.
Yeah, that's what. No,
I mean,
you know, people.
I know.
People.
I know.
Are going to get weird about feet. I'm not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything, so thank goodness for that.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Birkenair saying Aang is like 100. I guess that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess everybody's younger than Aang.
Anyway, I'm very excited for this. No secret, I really enjoyed Avatar. I didn't think it was perfect, but I enjoyed what they did with it, and I'm very much looking forward to seasons 2 and 3.
And I do want to see what they do.
Oh hell yeah! But
I'm very excited.
Oh yeah. And I know Toph's like your favorite character, right?
Second favorite. Zuko is my guy.
Okay. She's definitely my top 3.
Birkenator in the chat says time for her to show off that Charlie Cox blind stare. Charlie Cox got so good at playing blind.
Apparently it's messed up auditions for him.
Yeah, because he's so used to like not looking at people in the face and just like staring away, and like it's a tough habit for him to break.
Speaking of Charlie Cox, I just got my 4K Steelbook today for God, I can't remember the name of the movie right now.
Stardust?
Yes.
Yeah, I just watched that.
Yeah,
it's good. It's
I have it in 4K now.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah, I watched it recently. Like a month ago with Sable. We had a great time.
It's a very good movie.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Stardust, oh my god, so good.
Adding it to my list.
Add it to the list. But yeah, to that point, Birkenator, I did see that she's gonna be working with like a consultant on the blind stuff.
Okay.
I don't know how that works because the consultant would be blind. So I don't know what that means. Maybe someone
would it be a consultant and a consultant for the consultant?
A consultant. No, but I think it might be someone who's maybe not blind, but like maybe works with the blind.
Oh, that would make more sense.
You know, or is like a blind like.
Because how can a blind person tell if she's doing
the
blind stuff right?
Like a pathologist or someone like someone who like a therapist. I don't know. Anyway. Let's get out of here. Okay, guys. By the way, we're not going anywhere, but I'm ending this thing. That's it for the news, you guys. Thank you for watching or listening and supporting us on Patreon. We'll see you guys next time with news from the Phantom Zone. And goodbye.
Bye.
Here's some notes I took for later.
The Decepticons are authoritarian vehicles.
Yeah.
Birkenator really got me in the chat.
What with the Helen Keller
Oh
joke?
my
I didn't read it.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll do that.
He's a little edgy.
Says stuff, eh?
Yeah. Speaking of Helen Keller, he was so blind that he hurt his ankle just walking around his house.
Wow, good job, Birkenator.
Okay. So I'm gonna set this up. How I'm supposed to? Oh shit! Do I have the buttons to set it up on this one? I don't think I do. Fuck. I'll do it manually.
Am I looking at spoilers for your script right now? Oh.
No, there was like these notes that I took that I need to like.
Did you not watch the movie, Berto?
I saw the movie.
I tried to spoil the movie that you've seen.
I tried very hard to pay attention to the movie too.
Okay.
Okay, so it's kind of difficult because I need to not go full screen.
Also, I don't think there's much to spoil in this movie.
What, Transformers?
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of plot, but there also isn't at the same time. It's so weird.
It's
Okay.
a lot of plot. It's just real shallow.
Yeah.
Does someone not watch the movie club? Ooh, I need to watch that.
Oh no, I definitely.
No,
wait,
he's
did
talking
you?
about me. I'm in a movie club.
What movie did you not watch?
Some anime. It looks really good though.
Is it Akira?
No.
Oh.
I'm probably gonna watch it while I'm away. Here's my deal. Here's how, because next week I'll be in Texas.
Okay.
I'm traveling a lot for work, so next week I'm in. That's what slowed down the podcast. I was away for
What part?
I thought you meant what part of the podcast. I was like, all of it. Arlington. I'm going to Arlington.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know that city in between two other cities.
It's not a very exciting place. Okay.
Really fun.
I didn't watch it. It just reminded me how most of UT because it annoyed me. What?
Unreal Tournament?
University of Texas in Arlington? I think that's what he's talking about.
Oh.
Okay, I have my notes in two places, so this is gonna be fun. I was gonna combine them, but I did not have time to do that. Okay, perfect. So anyway, we were in Oregon. So I took a week vacation and then I had a week of travel in the Pacific Northwest. So I went to Washington, I went to Oregon, I went to the...
You saw all the Twilight stuff?
We did all the Twilight stuff, yeah. So I think when Sable inevitably makes us do another Twilight...
Which will probably happen.
Probably happen this winter. 100%. She's probably planning it as we speak. We can talk about how we actually visited all of the Twilight filming locations.
Whoa.
And I only was like, hey, I'll go do this if it's like interesting for me too. And what's nice about those filming locations is that they're in really like picturesque places in Oregon. And so like we went to the beach, which is like part of like this state park. And it's not just a really pretty beach. They filmed a lot of movies there. They filmed not just Twilight, but that cop movie where he shoots up into the sky. What's it called?
What?
With Keanu Reeves.
Oh, Point Break?
Point Break. They filmed that beach scene was there. They filmed the movie about the pirates and the little boys. And
Peter Pan?
Josh Brolin's in it.
Oh, The Goonies.
The Goonies.
Okay.
The Goonies scene with the pirates is there.
The Pirates and the Little
Yeah.
Boys.
That could have been so. You know what? That could have been so many movies. It could have been Peter
Yeah.
Pan. It could have been
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Could have been Muppets Treasure
Could have been
Island.
Captain Phillips.
Could have been Captain Phillips. Anyway, yeah. So they filmed all these movies there. It was really, really, really nice. We went on hikes and stuff.
Okay.
We saw Bella's house,
Whoa.
which was just kind of on the way.
Did you go in?
No. So
Does somebody live there?
yeah, it's
Oh.
actually an Airbnb.
Oh,
Which is
boy.
a great idea.
Yeah.
So like people can like stay there for a weekend, and you're in Oregon, so like you can go do hikes and whatever, and then come back to like Bella's house. So we went there because you can like, and they have signs. It's like, hey, like you can take pictures and stuff. Just like people are living here right now, so like don't like get close, don't trespass or whatever.
Right.
But then like Edward's house is not an Airbnb; it's a private residence, and they.
Well, yeah, that's a nice.
It's a really nice house, and they could
like an
probably.
estate.
Yeah, they could. It's a big glass house. They could probably make a lot of money if they decide to like do what Bella's house did and just Airbnb it.
They also probably have a lot of money if they have that house.
I know, but they could buy a really other nice house and then make a shit ton. That's what I would do.
And not live in a glass house.
I would really, work that up and Airbnb it. But anyway.
Yeah. What about the baseball field?
Oh no, I don't know where they fucking filmed that.
House.
Yeah, it's a dumb movie. I don't know if you've heard of
It's
Twilight.
dumb.
It's
So
very
what?
stupid.
So what do they do during the day? They don't get hurt by the sun. They sparkle.
Oh, they do sparkle. So
Yeah.
all they need to do is sparkle in private. Because remember, they're like, oh,
Sparkle in private.
because remember, they're like, oh, and the weather's nice. They don't come to school. They just stay home, and then but they're in the glass house and yeah, that's
Sparkling
pretty dumb.
everywhere.
Yeah. What else did we do? Oh, I went to the Funko Pop because we were staying in Everett, and I didn't know. We literally drove by Funko Pop, and I was like, "Is that the Funko Pop headquarters?" And I looked it up, and yes, indeed. You go inside; it's like a fucking theme park. It's so cool. I shared a bunch of
Do
pictures
you have
on
to
the
pay
Discord.
to get in, or is it just?
No, it's a store.
Oh.
The first floor is a store. It's huge. And then
Really smart.
the rest of it are all the offices.
Okay.
So you don't go up in the offices or whatever, but you go to. The store. They have literally every Funko. Ever made.
Every Funko, pay us.
Yeah,
Huh.
They got statues. They got collections.
That is pretty cool.
A lot of people just like going. I took a bunch of pictures. I bought one Funko just because I'm not really a collector, but I do think they're cool.
I think it's cool when you find like a character that like you really like.
Yeah, I wanted a specific one just to commemorate the trip.
Oh
I
wow.
I've got 6 or 7.
Raphael. Yeah, I've got probably like 3. Raphael
Nice.
in his
Oh, yeah,
hat
we
and
saw
trench
that on the
coat.
Discord.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Funkos.
Is that a Jose Canseco bet?
I had a Rorschach Funko, and at the time I was just living in like a really small apartment. I have a lot of space for my shit.
Yeah.
So I was like just selling some stuff. I sold it for $280 on eBay.
Ow. Holy shit. They're crazy collectibles, and like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. So like, I will take it out of its box. I do not care.
They look better out of their
They
box.
look better outside of the box, but it is.
The boxes take up too much space.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just kind of it's really fun. They had Funkos packaged together with comic books, and so the Funko is like in the same pose
Those
and
ones
color
are cool.
scheme
Yeah.
as the comic. That was really cool.
Those ones I would keep in the box just because you have like the comic behind it. It's like
Yeah.
a cool backdrop.
Yeah. They had Venom with taking over every single fucking other character. They had a million different Deadpools.
Of course.
I almost got a Deadpool because there were so many unique ones.
Mm-hmm.
They had a bunch of like all of the most unique Star Wars characters. Like if they got a second of screen time ever,
Ben Quadranaris.
Funko Pop. Oh, that would have been fun.
I would have bought
I
that.
would have bought that. Yeah. But anyway.
The alien that sings in Jedi as a Funko would be, I think, really funny.
Oh God.
Just to see how they
just-
do
Oh fuck! What's his name?
Little lips on the stick.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
the blue guy, the one who's like,
The blue.
"Brr," the one who like screams in the microphone.
I don't think he's blue.
I'm pretty sure he's blue.
There is
No, he's
the
brown.
blue one plays the keyboard of the
No,
drum.
Yeah.
I know Max Rebo. I'm talking about the.
Yeah,
He has a.
It's Max Rebo's band.
It's Max Rebo's band, but the singer he has a name too. I forget what it is.
They all have names.
No character is unnamed. Alan Klebb. Did you make that up, or is that true?
That sounds just weird enough to be real.
Sounds just too quick off the draw to be made. It just says that it could be made up. Anyway, let's get started on this movie. Are you guys ready? It's already 11.
Oh yeah.
We got to go.
I'm ready.
Philly, hover over the record button. I'm going to count us down from, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go. And on go, we hit record, okay?
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Great.
Should we do some clapping to like sync it up?
No, because he can't hear my claps.
Oh, so
And they'll already be behind anyway.
Okay, so that won't help us.
Lapty Neck. He's making shut up, I swear.
Lapty Neck. I think that's a real Star Wars name. I don't think that's his
That
name.
sounds like a Star Wars name. It sounds more real than Alan.
Cool. Okay, that's it. It's Glub Shito.
Glove
That's
Shitto.
Shito. Yeah, that's definitely it because I've seen it before. Thank you, Spider Nerd.
I think that's the
Sure.
name people use when you're just talking about any random Star Wars character, though.
What?
It might be a real name, but it's also a
Like
term.
I don't know, man.
Like type Glub Shitto, Shito, whatever
Oh, like
on
it's a
YouTube.
meme?
Yeah, it's kind of a meme.
Maybe I'm mistaking the meme. Alan Klebb was fake.
Alan Klebb sounded
Lapty
real.
Neck is actually he says. Maybe I think you're right on. Spider Nerd's just
Lapty
fucking with
Neck.
us. My favorite named Star Wars character is Salacious B. Crumb
Because he has a middle
because he has a
initial
middle fucking initial.
and a last name.
Yeah. Well, they all have laughs.
Not
last
all
names,
of them.
but he's just a little fucking rat guy.
Yeah, true.
Why does he need a dignified name?
He's a person too.
No, he's a little rat dude. I like that. I like the idea that maybe like, he has documents with his name on them somewhere.
And all he does is laugh at everything
Yeah.
Jabba does.
He's got a mortgage and a car payment somewhere.
Oh my god.
Anyway, welcome to Films from the. What's the name of this podcast? Welcome to Films from the Phantom Zone, your podcast about failed and forgotten comic book movies, where we watch a forgotten superhero movie and decide, does this belong in the Phantom Zone to be forgotten forever or out and about for everyone to rewatch and remember fondly? My name is Arnaldo. I'm your host, and I'm joined by.
Birdo
Hey.
and
Yeah, I wasn't going to forget.
okay.
We have a special guest today. His name is Philly. He's our #1 fan, and he's here.
I'm back.
And
he's back. He's been here before.
He has been here before,
Yeah.
so I'll let Philly say, why are you back? What movie are we doing?
We are here to review Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. It's just the biggest pile of garbage.
Well, hang on. Let's get through our processes, and then we'll talk about if this movie is a pile of garbage. It definitely is.
And we haven't even talked about Age of Extinction yet.
Yeah, no, that's the
This
thing.
is worse. This
So-
is worse.
This
I
might be
don't know,
worse.
man. I would love to get to Age of Extinction and then talk. Like if
Like,
I had
compare 'em.
the fucking like the will to do it and like back to back these movies so they're fresh in your mind.
Right.
But
I think
don't
what
know,
it boils down to for me is I dislike Mark Wahlberg more than Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
that's definitely it. And also, it's like Megan Fox, is not like 17, and so like that helps, right?
I guess.
Well, she better not be 17.
Because the other girl's like 16 or 17, and I think she was just playing it that way. But like
That was also the girl that played Katara in the
that's
Avatar
true.
movie.
That nepo baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her dad tried to like fucking buy Marvel or something, and no, like we talked about this.
I know.
Like
If he tried a few years earlier, he would have succeeded.
he wants in on like the fucking Marvel directors board or something, board of directors or some shit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Something Peltz.
yeah, Peltz. Yeah. John Turturro. How do you fucking say his name?
We went over this with the last episode too. Is it Turturro? Turturro?
Turturro. Let's go with that. I don't know. Anyway, does Philly need to pull his mic down? No, he's not talking in that mic, Burkinator. He's talking in a different mic. But yeah, I got you. Thanks, though. Anyway, guys, before we get started, we're streaming live on Twitch. We stream all our episodes live on Twitch so that we can talk to our fans and friends. Like usually Philly would be here, but he's here in the flesh today. But also we got Burkinator, we got Spider-Nerd, we got Philly's brother is here, and some other... Who else is here? That's everybody. Sabdrab, and I usually do this at the end for a reason.
Oh yeah, Blake was here.
Yeah, Blake's
and
takes,
my little Francis.
Doug takes. He came and went. And my little Francis is here too. And also, let's get going. This movie is directed by Michael Bay. It is written by someone named Aaron Kruger.
Aaron Kruger.
Yeah, but it's spelled weird, so I didn't know if that's how you say it.
It's spelled kind of cool.
You think it's Aaron?
I think it's Aaron.
I'm over here going like Aaron. And also Roberta Orsi and Alex Kurtzman.
Oh, this explains a lot.
It explains a lot, doesn't it?
Damn, they suck.
You didn't see that coming when you were watching the movie? You didn't know this was their movie? We talked about it.
I read that this was actually made during a writer's strike. That also would explain
Which
a lot.
means they also couldn't go back and
they
change anything.
So what happened was that they, like a lot of people, knew the strike was coming,
real quick.
And so they locked themselves in hotel rooms, and they would meet to write the script. They would meet twice a day, at the beginning of the day and the end of the day or whatever, and then lock themselves up again and then write. And they finished it the day before the strike started.
And what sucks is during a strike, you can't go and revise anything. You can't edit anything.
You can't do any more writing.
Whatever the fuck the screenplay is, that's what it is.
That explains so much.
It explains quite a bit.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that I don't think it explains that much, because I think it explains that this movie is written very similarly to the last movie. It has a lot of the same like plot points,
but done worse.
And a lot of like the same scenes done differently, but like, in framework, it just seems like, hey, we're just rehashing the same kind of story or whatever. And I would go to say that the writing is not the worst part of this movie, but we'll talk about it afterwards. So, anyway, starring Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox, Josh Duhamel, Tyrese Gibson, John Turturro, Ramon Rodriguez. By the way, Jonah Hill almost had that role.
Oh, thank God he didn't.
Yeah. Apparently Seth Rogen talked him out of it so that he can do more movies with him.
That's funny. But also, I just learned this movie could have been worse.
I mean, I don't think Jonah Hill would have fit in,
No, not at all. I actually kind of like Ramon Rodriguez.
Well, this was. I think I don't like the character, but I think he did a pretty good job.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in the same page with that.
Roy Deep and Michael Papajohn. This horrible name. This guy, Michael Papajohn, that's Uncle Ben's killer, by the way.
The fake killer.
Yeah, he's in 2 of the movies.
Yeah,
and I think he's in all 3 Spider-Man. Sam Raimi's
always
Spider-Man.
in a flashback. Yeah,
in a flashback. Yeah,
it was the blonde asshole.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, and you see his face for
falls in the window.
Yeah. The one that
see
the
his
human
face
spider
for a minute.
kills.
Yeah, you see his face for a minute, and you're like, oh, it's him. Burkinator, see you later. We will enjoy transforming.
Oh yeah, and Rainn Wilson was in this for like 2 scenes.
Rainn Wilson. Yeah, I didn't
we
write
can
him
talk
in.
about that.
I forgot about him.
And then voice actors, we have Peter Cullen, Hugo Weaving, Tony Todd, Mark Ryan, Charlie Adler, Tom Kenny, and Frank Welker as like 15 characters.
That sounds right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So background, yeah, I talked about a little bit about the writer's strike. They had to lock themselves in, but I'm going to default to our number one Transformers fan, resident encyclopedia for Transformers, Philly. Do you have any background on some of the characters in this movie, or just whatever?
Well, I think the biggest one you need to know about is the Fallen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So traditionally there were 13 primes, like the original descendants of Primus in the war with Unicron, which is like Cybertronian god and devil. The 13 primes were like the disciples, and so the Fallen would be Judas.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
There's so much lore with the primes. It's actually crazy.
So they're not like, okay, so they're not like brothers or whatever, or are they like siblings?
I mean, you could call them siblings. I mean, as far as you want to go with gender with aliens, it's pretty, like, I think it's 3 girls, 10 guys,
Okay.
depending on your iteration. Also, depending on your iteration, some of the names change. I turned on the subtitles for this movie because I couldn't understand what the doctor was saying.
Oh, the
And then
little German guy?
I just never turned them off.
Yeah.
When we get into the Matrix shit, in the credits, they're listed as Prime number 1, number 2, and number 3. And I wanted to turn the movie off. It made me so mad. Like, you could have 12 names, spin a wheel, go that one, that one, that one. It's what? No, 1, 2, and 3. Good enough.
Yeah, it's like,
We don't want them to know which primes it is.
well, because they're not named in the movie.
No,
they're
they're
just
not.
like, hey, like 3 of them had speaking roles.
Yeah.
So, and they're all like Frank Welker, probably.
I mean, yeah,
So-
probably.
I think the ones you should be aware of as far as the original primes go is Megatronus, obviously the Fallen. Judas was the one that turned against his brothers and joined Unicron. Alpha Trion is another really important one that led the wars against the Quintessons in the comics, and is always, since he was created, been voiced by George Takei.
Oh,
I think
cool.
is very cool.
Cool.
That is actually
And then,
a fun fact.
I think the other important one is Vector Prime. He's like guardian of like time and space, and was very prevalent in the Unicron trilogy cartoons.
Okay.
All right.
I think those are the 3 really important ones, but I mean there are 10. I won't go into all of it because there's like we'd be here for 30 minutes.
Right. So the one that you mentioned that sounded like Megatron, is he an ancestor of Megatron in some way?
So the history of Megatron is that he grew up very close with Optimus Prime, at the time was known as Orion Pax. And when Cybertron started to get kind of into like some shady stuff and some like, what's the word? I can't think of the word that I want. Like backdoor deals. What am I thinking of?
Corruption?
Corruption. Thank you. When they got into corruption, Megatron was like, all right, I've had enough of this. Let's get it down to business. And he said, I will run Cybertron the way that it needs to be run. You will do what I say or you will die. And he declared himself to be Megatron. He took the name from Megatronus Prime. And his whole idea was that never again will a Prime lead because Primes are all corrupt.
Oh, so he was overcorrecting.
Okay.
He was
Wow.
massively overcorrecting.
Yeah, like most dictators.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Do,
his whole thing is peace through tyranny. So
Right.
Which is ironic.
Do you so is Optimus Prime, how is he a prime? And what does that mean really is my
Prime is a rank in Transformers. So at the time, Orion Pax was a librarian on Cybertron in the Iacon Hall of Records, and when Megatron was going,
what a nerd.
put my foot down, kill everybody, do what I say, Optimus was like, but what about like democracy? And we all just like get our shit together. And Primus was like, kind of like what this guy's saying. So Optimus was taken to the center of Cybertron where Primus hangs out and was given the Matrix of Leadership, which we will get into how badly this movie screwed that up. And the Matrix is what makes you a Prime.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Gives you like crazy physical enhancements and makes you bigger, and you get the rank of Prime.
Being bigger is better.
It is.
Yeah. He is big. He's always like he's always like 50% bigger than every other Transformer. Yeah. Anyway. I don't really want to do initial expectations anymore. So okay, are you ready to get into the movie?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Plot. Earth. Oh, hello, Zach the Fat Man.
So,
Earth, birthplace of the human race.
Is that your?
Let me try again.
All right.
Earth, birthplace of the human race. I'm not good with impressions. Somewhere, Max is
cringing.
He's cringing and he doesn't know why. Optimus. Okay, go ahead.
Earth, birthplace of the human race.
That's better than me.
Yeah, that was way better than you.
Yeah, for real. Do you want to do one?
No.
Okay. Optimus Prime narrates, a species much like our own, capable of great compassion and great violence. For in our quest to protect the humans, a deeper revelation dawns. I don't know if I skipped something there, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Our worlds have met before. In 17,000 BC, ancient human warriors clash against Transformers, building a structure that points to the sky. So, first of all, later on it's revealed that is, if you couldn't tell, by even if you were in the movie theater, you saw the fucking posters. You know what I mean? It's
right.
Obviously that gets hidden by the pyramids.
Yeah, it's whatever that... I don't even remember what they called it.
Like a cover-up?
They call it like a machine. They don't really call it anything. It doesn't have a name.
But it could suck the sun up.
According to the lore, it's a sun harvester.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't call it that though.
No, they're just like the machine.
Yeah. Anyway, it's in the middle of a mountain range. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
That's not Cairo.
Well, maybe over time those mountains just
not over that much.
Flattened out.
Yeah.
Which mountains are famous for?
Yeah. The mountains went away, but that machine stayed. The sun harvester stayed. Oh man. God. Anyway, I didn't notice that on the first watch, but there's a lot of continuity things that really upset me, as is known to happen with me in continuity.
The continuity of this movie is non-existent.
It's very messy at best.
We'll talk about it, but it's perpetually sunset in the
entire
movie.
No time passes.
It's just sunset all the time.
Which looks cool, but
in present-day Shanghai, 2 years after the events of Transformers and the battle in the fictional Mission City, the Autobots work hand-in-hand with the military in a new division called Nest. Sector 7 has been dissolved, and the new alliance includes Major Lennox and Tyrese Gibson.
Okay.
Some people I don't want to fucking bother naming them. Along with newly arrived Autobots, such as RC and Jolt, and racist caricatures Mudflap and Skids.
They just call them the twins the whole time.
Yeah, they don't call them that by their names very often. They mostly just call them the twins.
I think someone says Mudflap once.
Yeah, or Skids once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Working under Optimus Prime to search and destroy rogue Decepticons, they lure out a hidden enormous Decepticon who blows up a stack of concrete pipe and kills several soldiers. And Sideswipe chases and kills a Decepticon who doesn't even bother to transform from his Audi R8 vehicle form. Did you notice that?
It's just driving and just gets riddled with bullets.
When did he transform?
He transforms into Robo to jump through a building while he's spinning, and then goes back into being a car. Because you have to get the funny bit with the old guy.
Oh,
I didn't.
Wasn't that funny?
Didn't notice that.
But
at
also,
all.
You also have to, you have these licensed vehicles. You got to show them off.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to. Actually,
that's why we had a bunch of Chevys driving around in Cairo in the desert.
Yeah. So Chevy is was a huge sponsor of all of these movies. That's what we talked about it last time too, last year. But it's almost all Chevrolet vehicles, with a few exceptions. The Audi is an exception. the truck.
The people that paid a little bit of
Yeah.
extra money are the exception.
Yeah, a couple other ones, but it's mostly Chevys. Chevy also forced them to put in Jolt in this movie, which is an original character, because of the Chevrolet Volt had just been released, and they
The
said
Chevy Volt's not even a great. It's not even a good car.
I thought it was an okay. It's an affordable hybrid.
Eh.
You know, it's not sexy in any way.
No.
So I don't know. So it kind of defeats the purpose of like being a transformer because it's like,
Well, you're supposed to be in disguise. You're not supposed to be a flashy vehicle.
but they never are. They're always flashy vehicles.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
are.
thing.
Yeah.
So,
Very good point.
but anyway, yeah, the fucking Audi doesn't transform to fight. He just gets chopped in half like a fucking bozo.
He didn't even try to defend
Cool,
himself.
He does look cool, getting chopped in half by Sideswipe.
Effortlessly chops him in half.
Yeah.
I will say Sideswipe might be one of my favorite Transformers in these movies.
Really?
Sideswipe's a very
Even when he like does the thing where he's like, "I'm not looking at the explosion," he goes, "Damn, I'm good."
Was that in this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's right
Oh,
after
it's at
he
the beginning.
cuts,
Yeah.
sideways in half.
I
the dog.
cringed. I was
First-
like, "Oh
okay.
God."
He's kind of cool. He's really a Transformer. A few words. He doesn't speak a whole lot. He is one of the best
Sure
cars.
does in the comics.
Oh, does he? But in the
Yaps in the comics.
in Gen 1 in the comics, he's a Lamborghini, I believe. He's a Countach. I saw.
Yeah,
he's
he's
a little
he's
flashier.
a red car, red
Yeah.
sports car of some.
Well, he's like the flashy car or whatever.
Yeah.
And then here he's a Corvette Stingray concept car. So this car's wasn't ever produced, which means it's not disguising in plain sight. People would look at
Yeah,
this
like
car.
what's this concept car
Yeah,
zooming around for?
that I've never seen before and will never see again. Yeah, but it looks badass. It's like a matte silver. It's a great looking car.
It was cool looking. Yeah.
And he,
It suits the character for the movie very well.
yeah, and he's on fucking skates, man. Like he is so cool. Optimus makes his grand entrance, jumping off a plane and taking down the giant Decepticon. Before dying, the Decepticon says, "This is not your planet to rule. The fallen shall rise again."
I have a question.
Yeah.
What do Transformers weigh? Because how is Optimus just hanging out on a plane? Is he the weight of a semi,
He
Or-
should be, right?
or is he heavier?
Well, see, my
I would
thinking
assume he's significantly heavier.
is that they're heavier than the cars that they're portraying because
Won't
well,
they also
fuck, I
be
don't
heavier
know.
than a fucking plane?
Because you can sit inside it. Because most cars are mostly empty space.
Right.
You know, and so I always assume that the Transformers are tighter compacted in there.
Mhm.
Because also when they transform, they're like way larger than that car.
Yeah.
And Michael Bay and them always say like they paid careful attention to make sure that the sizes kind of match up.
Michael Bay pays. I'm sorry, again. Michael Bay pays careful attention to nothing.
Maybe that's true.
I think he was just talking out of his
I
ass.
see Megan Fox's body and nothing else.
Yeah. Spatter Nerd in the chat is saying that Optimus jumps out of a plane, uses a parachute, turns into a truck, then back to a robot to jump onto the Decepticon. Yeah, like that makes sense to me. I don't know how to say it, but
Like, if you
so
can fit
Clay
6 M1
PlayStation
Abrams-
is saying if you can fit 6 M1 Abrams tanks into a C-130, you can fit Optimus. I was about to say that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Those planes hold a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So
But this is like almost like kaiju-sized robot.
he's not kaiju size. He's the size
He's
of
like
a
the size of a
semi.
building, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 50 feet.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking big.
I don't know if he's 50 feet. Is he?
I believe it.
No,
I
he,
think
he stands
you know, I
next.
think
He's pro.
4 feet.
Ow. I was gonna say like 25. Like he stands next to Sam, and he's not like 10 of him. It's probably like 4 of him.
It's a big movie, so his height probably changes throughout.
Yeah, they can't get
Yeah,
a consistent
Not
height
again.
on him.
on a height.
Continuity. By the way, I've never said this on the podcast, but I'm a concrete pipe engineer. Like that's my job. I only deal with concrete pipe.
Oh, you were real upset about this.
the way they treat that concrete pipe. I had to pause the movie because I was like, "What the fuck
It's
is this?"
just bouncing around.
It's bouncing around. First of all, just imagine like people aren't dumb. They know what concrete looks like an axe. If you were to throw like a brick, like a cinder block, like off like I don't know, a 10th floor,
It'll just shatter.
you know it's gonna break.
Yeah.
And it's gonna shatter into little rocks.
Yeah.
But like when pipe gets thrown up, it just going boing, boing,
was bouncing around like they were like metal pipes.
Yeah, and they use metal Foley.
Concrete pipe isn't PVC pipe.
Yeah, right.
Dong, dong, dong.
So I was just like offended.
I honestly, I thought the sound mixing in that whole like fight scene was like not good. Nothing sounded like satisfying.
Yeah,
It felt very. I don't know. I don't know how to describe
kinda
it.
loud and messy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of messy elements to these. Philly, quick question: who is, if anyone, that enormous Decepticon they're fighting?
That is Demolisher.
Okay.
Who is part of the Constructicons that form Devastator, who you will see sporadically throughout the movie.
Yeah, so that's kind of where my thinking was. I'm like, is this one of the Devastator bots? Because they kill him. So do they bring him back?
Oh, let me tell you, this movie is a goddamn mess.
So Devastator at the end is not complete.
He's complete, but you see several of the Constructicons while Devastator is fully formed, just by themselves chilling out.
So that shouldn't be a thing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Like the one that turns into his head, Mixmaster, just like turns into a cannon and shoots right in front of Sam, like at some point in the movie, while Devastator is climbing a pyramid.
Oh, so it just makes no goddamn sense at all.
It's no sense whatsoever.
Because you could have put any Decepticon in this. It didn't have to
Sure
be
could've.
one of the Devastator ones. You know, like
There's literally probably 130 that they probably could have chosen from.
the fucking Audi R8 could have said that line. You know what I mean? They could have been any of them.
If you don't kill a character for one cool scene 2 minutes into your film and you save him for later.
Well, right. But if you're gonna kill a character 2 minutes into the movie, like it should be the one that's disposable, not the one that you need later on.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway.
Also, in this scene, Ironhide says he can smell a Decepticon, which causes huge continuity problems later on.
Oh, when they're like all looking for each other?
And there's literally a Decepticon inside Bumblebee.
Oh yeah, and they.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. Let's see.
Zach the Fat Man was asking. So, do these movies connect to the new Transformers movies? Like, are the prequel sequels or a reboot?
Unclear.
Some producer says yes, and that producer is full of shit.
Yeah, because I'm hearing both sides. My understanding was Bumblebee did end up being a reboot, but they left it kind of vague. And
so Bumblebee comes to Earth in '94.
Yeah.
And then Optimus and all of them join him, I think, in around the same time. And so according to the continuity, they leave for like 13 years.
And then come back.
And like, oh, the Allspark was here the whole time.
Yeah.
And then, according to the Bayverse, Unicron is the Earth, but he's also in space in 1994 in Rise of the Beasts.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
So
I'm thinking
Unicron is a twin.
I'm thinking Bumblebee and Rise of the Beasts are separate continuity.
It makes no sense if they aren't.
Yeah. I also don't care, but it's whatever.
Care.
Yeah. One of my favorite things here is that this guy's dying, even though he's not dead because he comes back later, or it's a different whatever. And he says the thing about the fallen shall rise again. You kind of let the cat out of the bag there, buddy, because the fallen,
A mild spoiler alert.
The fallen has been in hiding for thousands of years, right? And now, just before his moment of triumph, this guy's like, "Hey, by the way."
Why are you saying that?
The fallen's coming back.
And
you know
all the military people are like, well, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I was like, oh, shit. We should start preparing for this then. Anyway. Meanwhile, at the Witwicky home, Sam is moving out to go across country to college. In a chaotic and horny series of exchanges with the parents, Ron and Judith have a tough time letting Sam grow and leave the nest. As Sam packs up his last few items, he has an equally chaotic conversation with his girlfriend Michaela, with whom he's at a standoff to say I love you. He grabs his jacket that he wore while saving the world, but was unaware that a tiny piece that a tiny piece of Allspark cube fell in his pocket. As it falls through the floor down to the kitchen below, it gives Transformer life to all of the Witwicky appliances, which try to destroy everything in sight. Bumblebee comes out of the garage to save the day, killing the mini Transformers, but also destroying an entire wing of the home.
Destroys everything in sight.
Yeah.
Sam yells at Bumblebee for some reason, while Michaela shows up. Sam trusts her with the cube sliver, and Michaela inexplicably takes her clothes off to reveal a white dress and flowers, some sort of cue for Sam to finally declare his love for her.
I can't tell if I love or hate the Witwicky stuff because of how chaotic it is.
It's
I think it's like fun to watch, but at the same time, like, this is so stupid.
I can't, like, I get it. I just can't get behind any of the humor with the Witwickies. And I feel like there was like in the first movie, there was some funny scenes with the dad, I think.
Yeah.
I think when like they were buying Bumblebee and stuff like that. But when the mom gets involved, she's an awful character. I don't like that.
She does too much.
And I don't like that, like, someone has to be talking all the time. Like, the scene never stops. And it's pure chaos, and it's kind of hard to, like, follow after, because it goes on forever, too. So it's kind of hard to follow.
It's like a 5-minute scene.
And then, like, you know, Michaela has to, like, take her pants off in close-up.
Because.
Of
course.
And, like, obviously, like, you know, this is a Michael Bay film, and it's, like, you know, you can count on two things: explosions, and like hot young ass, right? But like,
I mean, your first shot of Michaela is like just a wide shot on. It might as well just be her ass.
Why is she leaning over the motorcycle?
It looks like the most
too?
uncomfortable position to be like painting a motorcycle.
Walk around it. Like, what are you doing? You walk around it. You sit in a chair.
Have you considered that she looked hot?
Oh yeah, she did. She definitely did. But that's.
But like,
if she stands in a reasonable position, she doesn't look hot.
But okay, well, here's the thing about, you know, Michael Bay should consider is that Megan Fox and some of these other actresses he hires would also look hot in dignified positions.
That doesn't sound right.
Can't be.
That sounds like nonsense.
But it's at the very least, though, I could say like this chaotic mess. This is like at least kind of entertaining. Whereas like when the movie starts to like try to take itself seriously, it takes a nosedive.
I could do without. I've got a pitch later I'm gonna make for what a second Transformers movie could have been, but it doesn't involve Sam at all.
Oh wow!
Or his parents.
The movie being good.
Yeah, it does. It would. Yeah, my version of this movie would be good.
Whoa!
But I don't know, there's a part of this movie that I really really like, and I paused it and I thought to myself, man, if only they had made this movie.
I'm curious what that part is.
Based on this
There's like
one
2 or
shot.
3 parts. There's like 2 or 3 moments where
like,
this would have been really good.
But it's not that. You know, and it's just the whole movie's a constant reminder of how it's not
good.
That's not good. That it's not what it could have been. It does not meet its potential.
Right.
But
also they keep saying the cube in this movie. Like even like the Transformers say the cube. It's the Allspark.
Well, they called it. It was interchangeable last time too.
I know, but it's like
it's silly.
To the Transformers, it would always be the Allspark because it's like their holy grail.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't call the holy grail the cup.
The cup.
Oh, by the way, did you grab the cup?
Which one?
Did you grab the most significant artifact in the history of our race?
I want to talk about the quintessential Michael Bay shot that he uses. I stopped counting, actually. I was counting for a minute, and then I stopped.
Before every military standoff with the Decepticons?
It's a shot. He used it on so many different people / Transformers. But it is, it's the camera's low. It's circling around a single character, and there's always a sunset in the background.
Oh, it's like the Pearl Harbor thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that shot.
Yeah.
He uses it here when Sam and Michaela are talking. He used it a million other times.
Did they only film at sunset?
That's the thing. Like, the movie's perpetually sunset. We're going to get to other parts where it's like, how is it still sunset?
Maybe they filmed the whole thing in one evening.
Yeah, the whole movie.
I'm pretty sure it's constantly sunset in LA. They don't have night there.
I forgot. It's one of those like Alaska situations.
Oh yeah,
just like the sun just stays there.
For 6 months.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
So anyway, we're gonna see that shot a lot, and it just kind of annoys me because it's like, I think it's a creative thing. Like Michael Bay knows what he's doing. He's not a total fucking idiot. You know what I mean? He's clearly a competent director because these are movies and people paid money to see them and they make money. You know what I mean?
He's a competent idiot.
Yeah. But every single one of his creative choices, even like behind the camera,
a broken clock is right twice a day.
I just can't stand. So,
two things before we move on.
Yeah.
They cut to the dogs humping 5 too many times.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They didn't even need to do it once. Honestly, there's a lot of humping in this movie.
So much
period.
There is. The movie is just so horny, and it's like it relies on the horniness so often that it just makes me cringe.
A lot of this movie is like the worst of the 2000s.
I'm gonna say a lot of this movie is the worst version of the first movie because the first movie was not this horny.
No,
it's pretty horny.
It was like,
but
it was as weird as it sounds. It was modestly horny.
Yeah, there you go. This is so upfront.
It starts out like mediocre horny. It spikes here, and then it like slowly goes down as the next sequels come out.
Oh, in horniness.
Yeah.
4 is pretty horny. Well, probably not this
4's
horny.
not horny. It's just uncomfortable.
It is uncomfortable.
Really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's that one scene, and I want to have a shower after I see it.
I don't know how to tell people who make movies, not that they listen, that like you didn't have to put that in the movie. You understand, like when you like
fucking gross.
You like when you put things in movies, like you wrote them, it went through a committee process.
Your name is attached to that.
You know, you storyboarded it. Yeah, you test footage.
How to get through all that,
and then you finally film it. Then you have to edit it. There's so many steps where you go, this is a decisive thing. It's not like your life where things just happen to you. You know, like
people stood on set and things like, and nobody went, you know what? That's a little bit weird.
Well, that's the thing. I'm sure a lot of people probably did say that, and they're like, no, this is going in.
No, this is cool.
This is, you know, what's really funny is like pedophiles.
You know what's cool? Illegal stuff.
Yeah. But if there's
but
loophole,
it wasn't illegal because
then it's cool again.
He keeps the law laminated in his
laminated in his pocket just in case.
That's honestly that's the part that makes it super weird.
I think the worst part is so like
because you're calling attention to it.
We're not talking about the fourth movie, but like even in this one, there's so many horny side characters that like that's
like the Transformer that's literally humping Megan Fox.
Yeah, or like
and she's letting it happen.
John Turturro's character sometimes he's a little pedo horny sometimes.
He was more so in the first movie than in this one.
Yeah.
Criminals are hot.
Criminals are hot. But like. Fucking Rainn Wilson in this is so uncomfortably horny.
Yeah, I will have.
But you didn't have to give the main character the horniness. You know what I'm saying? You give it to a side character so you can laugh at him or not, and then the movie moves on.
I don't think Sam is that horny.
No, I'm talking about the guy in the fourth one.
Oh,
he's like the fucking main characters. Him and the girl.
I thought
and Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg was
the three of them.
Character. They're the trio, the classic trio.
The classic trio. So like, why would you make him the horny one? You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
And then my other point.
Sorry.
Wrap up. There is a theory that because when the Allspark turns everything like into a Decepticon, the theory is that it's because of all Earth's technology comes from Megatron.
Interesting.
Oh, I actually meant to ask you that. I thought about that.
Megatron.
Yeah.
Oh, because he was frozen for so fucking long.
That's true.
Like
so
32 or whatever it was.
That makes a lot of sense because I was actually thinking that. I'm like, well, why don't any of these little baby Transformers not just go, hey, like, this is cool. Where am I? I'm my first day. You know?
Is it in the third one where more shit starts transforming? Somebody's like carrying like an Xbox 360?
That's the first one.
Oh, that's the first one.
When the Allspark first
gets
hit by a car.
Yes.
Hits the ground.
That's
a Mountain Dew machine comes to life, and a girl's steering wheel latches to her face.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
And it's just like, why aren't these guys? They immediately are like, I'm alive now. Start shooting.
I will say, the vacuum looked very cool.
In the first one or this one?
In this one, the Dyson vacuum.
The Dyson, yeah. The product placement, man.
Like the tube of the vacuum, they became like a gun. I was like, that looks kind of cool. And then I saw the carburetor with the wiener. I was like, all right, I'm good.
I have my nominee. I want everyone to think of their nominee for the worst product placement. I have it in my head.
I'm thinking Transformers 4.
No, in this movie.
Oh.
And when we get there, just say it. If it already happened, go ahead and say it. If it's the Dyson or if it's any of these cars. Just let me know.
I think it's Chevy.
Okay.
Chevy, right? Yeah, because I already have it. It's locked away.
Okay. Don't forget it then.
Okay. In space, a Decepticon named Soundwave hijacks a NASA satellite, which allows him to eavesdrop on the military's communications for the rest of the movie. In Nest headquarters, Lennox debriefs his supervisor, General Morshower. Is it Morshower or Morshower?
It's probably not more shower.
He needs more shower. You smell, buddy. General Morshower.
How long are you gonna do this?
I don't know. Yeah, he comes up once. The Decepticon. He warns the general that the Decepticons warn about the Fallen, but Optimus isn't sure what it could mean. They're interrupted by a new character, Director Galloway, a national security advisor and liaison to the president, who theorizes that the Autobots' mere presence on Earth is what is attracting the Decepticon attacks. He looks to either gain weapon technology from the far more advanced Autobots or shut down Nest altogether. He also reminds the audience that the Decepticon leader Megatron is dead and his body lies at the bottom of the ocean, surrounded by Navy vessels.
He also says all of this out loud, and the Decepticons hear it.
Yeah, so convenient. By the way, so Soundwave is, we were talking about this privately, Philly. He turns into a cassette tape in the original, right?
Yes.
Or a cassette player, my bad, like a Walkman.
Back when they were actually in disguise.
Right, because a lot of them were handheld objects.
The laws of physics meant nothing.
Yeah. I was gonna say a whole thing about how they abandoned that design, but it's actually kind of still there. You see his chest piece for a minute, and it still kind of has.
It's probably just like a callback.
His face looks similar.
Yeah, that too. He kind of looked. His face.
They nailed the Soundwave character.
Oh, in what way?
Like just like he does this. Like he's always had these like tubes.
Oh, okay.
That he uses to like infiltrate. He's like Black Ops.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He goes in, he just like does stuff, he finds information, he relays it to everyone else.
Well, I thought he was like the only interesting Decepticon in this
say
movie,
that.
honestly.
He's the most useful one for sure.
No, you'd be correct on that one.
Yeah. Like as a plot point, this guy's fantastic.
I did like seeing Starscream get like abused.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Since Philly showed me the supercut of Starscream getting just like berated and beat by Megatron all the time.
It's the best.
I appreciated that scene a lot better. Yeah, when we get there. But yeah, you see his little chest, and you can still kind of see where the cassette tape would go, which I kind of liked.
Frank Welker voices Soundwave in this. Frank Welker has always voiced Soundwave.
Oh, cool.
Oh, like since the beginning?
He's the only one to have ever done it.
He's been involved in Transformers for always.
Okay.
He was also the original voice of Megatron.
Well, did you know that he actually recorded all the lines for Megatron, I think in both of these movies? Because
was it like just in case? Or?
Yeah. That Hugo Weaving was like a last minute thing in the first movie.
Oh, okay.
And I think for
Hugo
this
did well.
Yeah, he's great. He has a great voice. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if maybe they thought if he didn't come back, Frank's there anyway. You know, they're going to pay him anyway.
We'll just have Frank Welker voice every single Decepticon.
Yeah, pretty much. And I know...
He easily could do it, too.
Hugo Weaving doesn't come back after this, I don't think.
He's in the third one.
Oh, fuck. All right, never mind then.
Oh, okay.
Well.
Red Skull himself.
Oh, actually, so this guy...
Galloway.
Galloway, yeah, thank you. He makes a lot of good points.
He does, but he's like... Sorry. Go ahead.
I hate his introduction. Like, he's walking past a soldier, grabs a piece of paper, and just does like a...
Oh, yeah.
Keeps going.
That would not get you onto a military base.
Like, this rando walks up to a top secret military base, holds up a piece of paper, goes, yeah, just go. Tour's on.
Yeah, he would not have made it onto that base.
No, not at all. But it is very...
He's an asshole, though. Like, he makes good points, but he's an asshole about it.
Yeah, he's the military guy.
Yeah, I've been
he's the government.
By President Obama himself.
Yeah, he's the suit, you know? I like that it's President Obama. Like they didn't...
He was the current president at the time.
Yeah, they didn't make up a fictional one is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah,
Obama is credited in this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
They say his name. I don't know if that's...
Maybe that's grounds for it.
He's not in the movie.
You have to watch it on Prime in Canada. And when you pause it, does the X-ray thing.
Yeah,
and Obama's name came up. I was like, did Obama like read a line for this movie or something?
Maybe there's like archival footage.
Oh,
or
there
something?
might have been actually.
Yeah.
There might have been some yeah, like some speech
like in the background
somewhere. Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
On TV or something.
Yeah. But anyway, he criticizes Optimus for broadcasting an open invitation at the end of the first movie, and that's completely valid.
Right, but also the U.S. government isn't in charge of Earth.
No, but so remember at the end of the first movie, Optimus is like, "Hey, if you're an Autobot and you're just flying around space, come here. We're all hanging out here." And it's just like,
We are here.
Yeah.
We are alive, or whatever he
like
says.
the Decepticons are gonna hear you. You know
and
what
then
I
he
mean?
played Linkin Park for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linkin Park also closes this movie.
Yep, it's the best part of the movie.
As is tradition.
They also closed the next movie.
Oh, do they now?
So the original trilogy, all Linkin
Yeah,
Park.
Linkin Park. The Witwickies arrive to Sam's East Coast fancy college. Apparently it's Princeton. They like show it, but they don't say it. Where Sam meets his awkward techie roommate, Leo Spitz. Leo's already moved in and somehow set up a second room with an office of computers and vending machines where he and his friends run a Transformers conspiracy theorist blog site, therealeffingdeal.com. Previously a kitten calendar empire.
Oh boy.
Yeah, right. Leo is suspicious of Sam's categorical denial of Transformers beliefs. His parents are for some reason still around to cause more horny chaos in front of a beautiful girl down the hall named Alice. Meanwhile, Soundwave's new hack of the satellite provides them with the location of Nest's remaining piece of the Allspark cube. He dispatches Philly. What's the name of the little
Horny robot.
No, the coyote one.
Oh.
The cool one.
Tiger is Ravage.
Ravage. Yeah, the tigerish one.
Okay.
He dispatches Ravage. Wait, Ravage? Is that what you said?
Ravage.
Yeah, okay. Ravage, who then dispatches a bunch of nanobots to fit down vents, transform, and steal the shard.
Oh yeah. This happened so quick.
I kind of, I went back and forth on this scene because I'm like, I don't like nanobots because it's just kind of a do anything card, you know?
Yeah, true.
Like you can just go anywhere and do anything and whatever, but like they are, Transformers, so that kind of makes sense. So it's like, I don't know, it's like I like it and I don't like it, but
How did Leo get a second room?
that's the thing. And why isn't anyone sleeping in it? Because
in my notes.
I don't think Michael Bay knows how dorms work.
that's not how dorms work. You get one room and figure it out.
You just bust out a wall.
But that's the thing.
Set
It's
up a
like,
computer lab.
and this is how you know that like rewrites weren't allowed on set, because clearly the script said they fight over what side of the room they get. But on the day that they're like building the set, Michael Bay is like, oh yeah, and then they go into this other room where his like computers are. It's like, well, that's not.
So why are they fighting over what side?
So
of the
why
room?
doesn't one just sleep over there then? You know
why
what I mean?
doesn't Leo sleep in the computer lab like the nerd he is?
Right, but then they can't rewrite that, so they just have to run with that idea. You know,
It's
The
nonsense.
computer lab is so creepy.
it's got all the pictures of the girls and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
The hot
And,
freshman 55 is so illegal.
Well,
Oh,
that's just
yeah.
basically what like Facebook was, you know, in like in that movie. The
Yeah,
Facebook
and even
movie.
that was sketchy.
Oh yeah, no, it's not cool. But
And Spider Nerd said there's also a Naruto poster in that room, which I did
That's
notice. I remember noticing that when I first saw the movie
yeah,
too.
I actually comment later that some of those movies are directed by Michael Bay.
Oh, on the
Yeah,
Also-
like Bad Boys too.
There's also a Mountain Dew vending machine in the computer lab.
Oh, could that be the Decepticon from the first movie?
It takes up like a third of the frame. at
Here's
one
the
point.
thing: I would love to have a
Oh,
Mountain
the
Dew
product
vending
placement?
machine.
So actually, what I meant to say is maybe that's literally the vending machine from Mission City. That's an undercover Decepticon, just like Alice.
God,
So that that one's ham-fisted. Like it doesn't belong.
I think Bad Boys 2 is some pretty bad product placement.
Yeah.
It's just product placement for his own movie.
I know. Yeah, it's self-indulgent.
I guess. He also
Um,
paints all over it.
Yeah, he does.
What does Leo say about Alice?
Oh, that he
I
would love to
don't-
do a lot of things.
Yeah.
He says something in Spanish, but with the subtitles on Prime, it just said speaks in Spanish.
Oh, you would know this.
Yeah, it doesn't translate well, and I always hate when they do that because clearly it's a writer thing where the writer translates on Google Translate or something, and maybe they didn't have time to like consult with like a Spanish speaker, and then it doesn't. Well, I don't know. Roberto Orsi probably speaks Spanish, but anyway,
I'm Roberto and I don't speak Spanish.
I guess that's true. But and then you got an actor who may speak Spanish also. It didn't make sense. Basically, he goes like, "Oh, she's a lady of fire."
She's hot.
And
She's hot.
literally says like a lady of fire, and then translates to like she's super hot, or she says like she's on fire, but like that's not something anyone would ever say in Spanish. So
That's not something anybody would say in English either.
well, because whatever he said in English translated directly. He said something like she's hot, she's on fire, or something like that. Anyway, it was stupid.
And he just made it a literal translation.
Yeah, exactly. JD Barry, welcome.
Hello.
Another friend of Phillies. Yeah, so
and his mom's high.
his mom's high, and she's talking about how he popped his cherry, which is not.
Oh my god!
That's not what the men
hated
do, right?
All of
Well, that's what
I
I'm saying.
hated
Like,
the mom scene so
they didn't
much.
have to be there. They could have just said bye in the previous scene and then just be gone, right?
Yeah.
Until we see them in France. But like,
And then in Egypt.
yeah, no.
Credit to Judy for the tackle though.
Oh, that was that was an intense tackle.
She went for it. She was ready to to destroy that guy.
Oh man.
Leo takes what?
I'm sorry. I'm talking to myself. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're fine. Leo takes Sam to their first college party. It was real quick, fucking ridiculous. I guess it's like a dorm party, but like it's just this.
Seems like a frat party.
Yeah, that's, oh no, sorry, that's what I meant to say,
Yeah.
a frat party. But it like the production value of it, like it looked like they were in a club.
Yeah.
Like nobody has that. But moving on.
Princeton might.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, you're right. Also, there's rule. Anyway, I'm not getting into it. But Sam begins having alien hieroglyphic visions since coming in contact with his piece of the cube, much like his great grandfather had. He tweaks out a little at the party, misses his webcam date with Michaela, and is hit on by Alice, who is really coming on to him a bit too hard. Suddenly, Bumblebee arrives in Camaro form and parks on the frat bully's lawn. Upset that Bumblebee didn't stay home as instructed, he drives him away, but not before Alice jumps inside. Bumblebee displays his dissatisfaction with Sam, apparently seeing another girl, slams her face against the dashboard, and covers her in some mechanical fluid.
Is he pissing on her?
It looks like I don't know.
Didn't they do the?
They
in
did
the
that
first
bit
movie?
already. Yeah. After scaring her off, Bumblebee takes Sam away to Optimus, who tells him that the Allspark was stolen and needs his help again. Sam refuses to help because he needs to be a normal teen going to college.
Let me tell you something.
Uh-huh.
If an alien race tells me we need your help, I don't give a shit what I'm doing. I'm going.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Like, I can't help you. I gotta go to college.
And it's also not like they've had a million adventures together all the time. Like they had one, which he clearly enjoyed. Like he
Right.
reminisces with his jacket and whatever. Like
Yeah, his what does he call it? His jersey.
yeah. It's like a championship jersey. Yeah.
Yeah. I do gotta say though, and Spider Nerd already quoted some of it in the chat, but his exchange with the frat boys is actually pretty fucking funny.
No. So there's a couple jokes in this that I actually really enjoy. That's one of them where he goes, "This is my buddy's car. He just went to go find you a tighter shirt."
And the way it sounds so like off the cuff.
yeah, but then the bully's like side.
There isn't a tighter.
We
There isn't a
checked.
tighter shirt. We checked, and they like fist bump.
Yeah, that was good.
Fist bump.
That
Awesome, dude. Got him.
was actually really good.
This was like a better version of that shitty scene from the Dragon Ball movie.
Oh, with Yamcha.
Oh,
Not
This is
Yamcha.
similar,
It was like
yeah.
the school bullies and Goku.
well, yeah, but they didn't fight really.
No.
But it was also like a yellow car. I think it might have been a Camaro.
Shit, I think they call it Bumblebee.
No, they didn't.
No,
Did they? I don't.
I don't
We
know.
watched that movie. Yeah.
Also, Sam sucks.
Yeah, Sam does
He's
suck.
got a date with his girlfriend who he's trying not to say I love you to, and he goes to a party.
Well, he
Also, I'm confused about the timeline too, because he goes, "I have a webcam date with my girlfriend." He says that later. He says it's later, but Michaela's already ready for the date at the same time.
Well, right. So, like, when he got to the party, that was the date time, which means he shouldn't have gone in the first place.
So he's an idiot.
Or go later. Yeah, he's dumb. Also,
Why even go?
Also, yeah.
there are some other timeline things here that don't make any sense. It's daytime where Michaela is, right? She's on the West Coast.
Right.
It's nighttime where he is. It's on the East Coast. Very plausible.
That's yeah.
Which means it's probably like 8 p.m. Eastern time. Sun hasn't gone down in the West.
Yeah.
It's early evening is my point, right?
Mhm.
Bumblebee shows up. They drive somewhere. When they get there, it's daytime. Where do they go?
Did they drive all night?
Where do they go? Because
they drove in a circle around the continental United States.
they drive for 12 hours. Because when they get there, it's morning, and it's a fucking the cemetery where Optimus
It's not
is.
early
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
It's well into morning. It's like 8, 9 a.m.
That's what,
Yeah.
like, it's bright out.
Yeah.
It's not sunrise. Maybe it is, but like they don't really show the
No,
sun.
it was actually sunset.
Right, was it sunset again? Has it been a full day? Like, it's been 22 hours? What's that? Yeah, it's those little things that really tick me off, and I know I shouldn't, like...
No, it's valid, though, because
But
that
it is
means like
valid.
the people making the movie didn't pay attention.
But there's supposed to be a script person who... And again, they can rewrite it.
Yeah, true.
But at the same, they could also film it differently.
Well, the script says daytime.
Well, on the date, someone could just be like, okay, well, it's nighttime, so let's film at nighttime. Let's change the schedule around a little bit. That's not a rewrite. You know what I mean? Like, they could have still fixed it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's
No,
dumb.
things like that annoy the shit out of me.
Also, when Sam and Alice are in the car, Bumblebee is playing the same song that was playing at the party. So the party was listening to FM radio.
Well, yeah, because Bumblebee does scroll through radio stations until he gets what he wants, right?
Yeah.
Which just seems
Even
highly
in
unlikely.
2009, like it was like iPods and aux cords.
True.
I think we even see a DJ actually.
Maybe the party was broadcasting.
Maybe the movie didn't have that
Maybe
many
it was
songs to go through.
Maybe the party was broadcasting an
music.
AM signal that Bumblebee picked up.
Oh.
Maybe the movie just sucks.
I think the movie just sucks. I did like when he was like just slamming the seat forward.
That was kind of funny.
It was
that
fun. It was dumb, but it
dude.
was funny.
First of all, she's not. That looks like it would fucking ruin you.
That would break your
Like,
nose for sure.
The fact that she's just fine, that's your first red flag, man. That's a robot.
Like not even a bruise.
Yeah. Like you see her the next day and she's fine.
Yeah.
And she's still into you, which is also a huge red flag. Also, he's mean to Bumblebee, which is unacceptable to me. Bumblebee's like a pet. He's like a dog. He's fiercely loyal. He's always there for you. And you're fucking mean to him?
Yeah, moody
Like,
college
sometimes
kid.
Bumblebee is an idiot.
Okay.
There's a Decepticon inside Bumblebee, and Ironhide can smell them.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Bumblebee can't smell because he can't talk.
Ooh, another good line. When he says he's gonna park his foot up his ass, and he goes, "What size shoe do you wear?"
That was good. That was good. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that. Let's take a quick break so we can go get something to drink. We'll be right back.
All right.
Let's do not a lot. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
So
Yeah.
if you need a bathroom break, Philly, do what you gotta
Now's
do.
the time.
Cool.
Okay, cool. We're back.
Whoa.
Everything is powered on. We're good to go. Let's keep going.
All right.
Somewhere in the ocean,
Someone
is ravaged.
The Laurentian abyss.
I didn't know his name, so it was all the spaces that I needed Philly to help me fill in. Somewhere in the ocean, Ravage activates a group of Decepticons who dive to the bottom of the ocean to revive Megatron with the Allspark Shard. Megatron wakes up, destroys a submarine, and flies into space, where he very quickly arrives to Starscream's base on Saturn's moon.
Yeah, he was there in like a minute.
In just one shot.
Like he flies up and then he's at Saturn. Like what?
And it's like, obviously it's an edit, right?
And this all happens within like a day.
Right. But you could also like just show him, I don't know, hitting like hyperspeed
10,000.
or something. Yeah, or just like taking a while, you cut back to him. You put a scene in between. You know what I mean?
That alone would have helped.
Something there, because this is the editing in this film is.
They also didn't need to show Saturn.
I thought so. The first time I saw it, I thought it was on the moon, or something.
That would have
like,
made more sense.
But they do it in the next movie. Yeah. But then, you pointed out, and then when I rewatched it, it's very clearly Saturn.
Yeah,
that is so far away.
They didn't need to do that.
They didn't need to do that. Now, we learned that teleporting is a thing, but he didn't teleport. He just flew
there.
Yeah.
And Starscream's just waiting.
Well, you know Starscream. He's sitting
we
there.
We saw Starscream go back into space in the a mid credit of the first one.
Oh, true.
Oh, did we now?
Because he did this thing where he runs away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He says,
"Cowards live."
Cowards live. Yeah.
Not that he's calling Megatron a coward.
That coward survive.
I remember thinking, I'm like, you didn't have to say that. You can say like, hey.
That was a good line though.
It is a good line, but like, are you trying to insult him? You know? Yeah, right.
Not to call you a bitch, but sometimes bitches make it out.
Yeah. Sometimes bitches don't get stitches. Let's go. Anyway. There, Starscream grovels at Megatron's feet, and Megatron consults the true Decepticon leader, the Fallen. The Fallen explains that the cube is not destroyed because its knowledge can be transferred and now lies within Sam's mind. The Fallen was betrayed millennia ago by his fellow Primes and can only be defeated by a Prime, of which only one remains, Optimus. Starscream also explains that they need more Energon because his creepy babies keep dying without it.
A goddamn mess.
So, what are your lore issues here, Philly? Because I feel like you have some.
What are my lore issues here? How much time you got?
Oh boy!
I'll give you about 2 minutes.
All right. So resurrection is not a new thing, but it's never been kill one to rebuild another. It's just like rebuild the first one.
What are you talking about?
When they bring Megatron back to life.
Oh.
Like they kill one to bring Megatron back to life. Like the doctor says, kill the little one.
What?
At the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, I didn't understand any of that dialogue. Like none of that.
That's why I had to turn on subtitles.
Oh. So yeah, they sacrifice one of the Decepticons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
5 go down. They kill 1, and then 6 come up.
It's like summoning a Yu-Gi-Oh monster.
Oh well, how did 6 come up?
That's
5
what I'm saying.
5 come
It doesn't
up.
make sense.
5 go down. 1 doesn't come back. But
Yeah, it's
6
4.
come back up.
4 plus Megatron.
Maybe there was one hiding down there. Or maybe
5 go down.
no,
1 dies down there.
That's
and then
4.
6 come up.
yes.
So who's the other Decepticon?
That's what we're trying.
I'm
That's
saying.
what we don't know.
Oh,
It doesn't make sense.
They
There's
just
some mystery Decepticon chilling out with these guys that's hanging out the bottom of the ocean just biding his time.
hey, you guys found me. I was just-
Oh, there you guys are.
I was looking for
did he
Opera.
get
I was looking for
buried with-
Megatron.
Did he get buried with Megatron?
Maybe he was the
On
scout.
the Earth. This place a lot of water.
I found Megatron though. Did you guys know he's dead? What happened?
Why didn't they just kill that guy?
Yeah, he was lost.
Guy showed up 2 years too late to the meeting. And then so they get to the
Well, hang on.
asteroid next to
Real,
Saturn.
real quick, Spider Nerd is saying that he thought they killed him for his parts.
They did.
They shouldn't have to do that though.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
You just need Megatron's corpse and a few spare parts.
Well, doesn't he like... So in the first one, he's like a plane. And in this one, he's a plane, but he's also a tank.
Yeah, I
Where-
don't know if you noticed. This movie's a mess.
Where do the tank parts come from then? Does it come from that guy?
Megatron.
Maybe he scanned a tank.
Well, it sounds like he woke up with a tank, though.
He's a Cybertronian tank.
Yeah, but it sounds
Oh.
like he woke up a tank. Because
Yeah.
by the time he goes up, he's got his tank feet already.
Can't they just
Also,
transform?
I don't know. They can transform. Thank you. Thank you, Berto. That's excellent insight.
The four Decepticons that Ravage wakes up are also Constructicons.
Oh. God, they're reusing
getting
them.
a lot of screen time.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, nobody watching the movie knew that they were Constructicons.
Huh.
Just the fans that went, why?
Well,
Why are they
so many of these Transformers just like, I don't know, they don't get they're moving really quickly. They don't get a lot of screen time. You don't really
It's the
unless if
same
you're paying
issue a lot of the
attention.
X-Men movies have.
Yeah, unless if you're really paying attention to who they are, you know, it's hard, and you have to be a fan really to catch it. Like,
Yeah,
like
because
Philly is.
if you're not like super into it, you're gonna be like, I don't know which Autobot is fighting which Decepticon right now. Yeah, because it's also moving so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Philly, I meant to ask you about RC. Who is RC, and what are these?
RC, man, how do I explain this? RC is Optimus Prime's non-canonical girlfriend.
Oh,
Excuse me. Okay.
non-canonical.
So in this one,
There's
it's like.
sometimes a couple. There's sometimes just friends.
Oh, okay.
So in this one, it's separate motorcycles that form one transformer, but they're separate transformers
Yeah, you've
with
got,
a single consciousness.
with
it seems
the
like
holograms.
holograms for the
yeah, the
people,
hologram.
well, which
So
we've
they
seen
are,
before.
I think,
Starscream does it.
All
Oh,
three
yeah.
are individual bikes. You've got RC, Elita 1, and Chromia, who all get killed in this movie, and who all get approximately 30 seconds of screen time.
But
Sounds
they seem
about
pretty
right.
cool though.
Remember Jazz?
Oh, I miss Jazz. I miss when Transformers talk to each other, which they don't do in this movie.
If only they had a way of communication.
If only they had dialogue amongst each other
Yeah,
at
Only they had
all.
a way to project a message into space to tell each other where they are.
While we're shit talking to Transformers, I hate the design of like almost all of them in this movie.
This movie's
It's
designs
so
are bad.
it's so hard to even look at them.
They
for
look
very
so
long.
clunky and like
Megatron looks so bad.
I don't like the way Optimus looks either. Honestly,
Oh, I'll be honest. I have to see them all side by side, like movie to movie, to even really have an
to
opinion.
tell different.
Yeah.
Oh, Megatron looks noticeably different, and he looks dumb.
Looks like he
Megatron
looks
got
tanky.
them legs, bro.
Yeah, he's doing leg day.
Starscream looks really weird too.
Megatron stopped doing
yeah.
Day entirely and just did legs.
What I don't like about
Yeah.
Starscream is that like his robot form is
So,
just
like,
so
wide.
wide and short because he's
Yeah.
a giant triangle.
Right, which in a cartoon that looks fine. In live
Is
action,
that what
it
he
looks
looks like in cartoons?
No, he's never looked that way in a cartoon.
not that wide.
He's just kind, but he kind of,
He's very sleek.
and he
He's meant
kind
to
of,
be small.
and he kind of hobbles. You know, he's kind of like,
Because his arms are so fucking far apart.
His arms are in different time zones. His legs are connected together at the knees.
I like Starscream, but I don't like the way he looks in these movies. At
well, it's
all,
like
for the
I
most
feel
part.
like they were like, well, make him triangular because he's
a
jet.
plane.
But it's like,
Megatron was a plane too.
but he can transform. You know what I mean?
They
You-
can all
you-
transform.
You know how they can transform?
Yeah,
So why look like that?
If you could transform, why did you choose a Dorito?
Yeah, I know. He's a Dorito with legs. You know, like the Pop Tart guy with the leg.
it's like he's a metallic Dorito.
Yeah, he's a Dorito.
Oh my God, you're right.
Really quick on the asteroid.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're on the Nemesis, which I guess is Megatronus' ship. And they have babies.
Mm-hmm. Creepy
And
ones.
then in 3, you see 2, I guess, young Transformers banging. And then in 4, you find out that they're just built and then given consciousness.
So why are they banging?
They're banging.
Well, Michael Bay really likes sex, I think.
Yeah, you guys, I think he may be a little horny.
There might be very subtle signs in this movie.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
I think this next scene we're going to talk about.
If I'm not mistaken, there are some couple double entendre in this film.
More than a couple.
Also, eggs.
Yeah.
I guess they lay eggs because they're fucking reptiles.
They also have balls. Remember the balls?
Oh, yeah, the scrotum.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there.
God. Oh, the Foley for that. It was just like dong. Dong.
Megatron keeps referring to the Fallen as his master. And to my Transformers fans out there, you know Megatron ain't calling fucking anyone master.
Yeah, that was I meant to ask you
Megatron's
about
kind
that,
of a
yeah.
bitch in this movie.
So, like, I mean,
Yeah.
the Fallen's a historical character. Do you see him in the comics and stuff, or is it just
No, because
flashbacks?
he's dead.
Right, like flashbacks.
So the
and
fact that he's in
timelines
this
and-
at all is already odd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, earlier, they say the Fallen shall rise again, and Optimus goes, I don't know where that came from. Bullshit, you don't know where that came from.
He was there.
This dude's name should be, like, drilled into your forehead.
Yeah, yeah, that does kind of seem true. I thought about that because, like,
Well, live action Optimus is also kind of dumb.
yeah, he's kind of dumb. I've caught that, but like
Literally,
Jetfire knows all about the Fallen, and he knows the whole lore.
Yeah.
He does. I mean, I know he's old, but like, still, they're all old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're robots.
Yeah. They're all thousands of years old, apparently.
several thousand years old.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, okay. Sam's first class is Astronomy 101, taught by an eccentric and incredibly horny Rainn Wilson, who keeps making inappropriate double entendre to the sexy virgin girls of the class. I'd say virgin with quotes because he says it, by the way.
Oh.
When he goes Virgo.
Also, the dean is here watching him,
The
and
Dean
he's
is in the room.
At no point is she like, hey, like, this is not
quit
okay.
sexualizing your students.
Yeah.
Have been fired years ago.
They're all 18, buddy.
He's got
Some of
tenure.
them might not be 18. Like, statistically, one of them is probably ahead of grade.
There's definitely a few 17-year-olds there. Yeah.
There's a lot of people in that classroom. Yeah, so he says, like, Virgo, as in this constellation. He's like, the Virgin. And he looks at some hot girls. And the hot girls are, like, into it.
Also, the
What?
apple thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what
Takes
is
somebody an apple, drops it, some girl picks it up and goes, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
To
Like-
Rainn Wilson?
That's the thing. And look, I'm not.
Listen, he's a cool guy.
It's not Rainn Wilson's fault, but,
I
like,
wouldn't say he's a good-looking guy.
if it was, like, a hot
He's
teacher, I'd
better looking
almost
than
get
me,
it.
but-
Yeah.
I don't know if Rainn Wilson would say he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, so he's probably confused also. On the day. He's like, are you sure?
Y'all chose me?
He's like, why am I the hot professor?
Yeah.
The weird guy from The Office? You're sure you want
Like,
me?
all right, he's no Harrison Ford.
I was about to say, like, if it was like Henry Cavill or whatever. Yeah, like Harrison Ford, like his students are like into him. Yeah, we get
but
that.
he's not into them.
Right. Important distinction. Anyway, just then Sam's cube knowledge kicks in. He tweaks hard, speed reads the entire textbook, and rushes up to the board to write nonsense and embarrass himself. Professor Rainn Wilson kicks him out of class.
Professor Dwight.
Yeah, Professor Dwight.
Dwight.
He calls Michaela, who is mad at him for standing him up the night before, and attacks a small recon Decepticon, looking to steal her tiny shard of the cube. Sam spends the rest of the day writing down all his hieroglyphs all over his roommate's bad movie posters, some of which are directed by Michael Bay.
I mean, he was pretty subtle about it, though.
Longest stream ever.
Not even close to the longest stream.
Dog,
ever.
we've been here for an hour and 20 minutes. It is late, though. It is late. That's what you're thinking, probably. It's late. What did you say, Philly?
What did I say?
That's okay. The Sam tweaking, I really don't like. It's just, and this is like I was saying earlier. They wrote this movie so quickly because it's just the same exact framework of the first one.
Yeah.
And it's like he embarrasses himself in class. Let's do
But
it
this
again.
time he's gonna be like tweaking and glitching out.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
like literally like glitches. He's like,
And like, props to Shia LaBeouf. Like he
he
can't-
acted his ass off.
He can do it. I just don't like that. I don't like it.
Right.
He has something between a stutter and a seizure. several times.
Yeah, and he makes like a clicking noise when he does it.
He goes all out. Again, he does a good job, but I don't think it's very good or necessary.
There's a line in the movie where he's like, after he reads the textbook in 32.6 seconds, he's talking about like Einstein's theory is wrong because it works in one dimension, but what about the other 17?
Yeah, and like, is that supposed to be some big revelation?
Transformers have 17 dimensions. Like, we're 3-dimensional.
Wait, who said that?
Sam.
Oh,
when he's
funny.
tweaking.
It's nonsense.
He also says
man.
it so fast.
Yeah, it's silly. Yeah.
Einstein was wrong.
I also like that. Sam sucks. He stands up Michaela, and at no point during the evening, night, morning does he think to call her.
They have cell phones,
right? It's just
send a pigeon.
It's literally a day later that they finally get back together. Like that's a bit fucked up. Philly is so low, I have it all the way up. Listen, I have Philly on, and I'm looking at his sound waves, and I turned him up when he said that, but it seems about the same as mine at this point.
I'm gonna yell again at some point. Might regret turning me up.
He's in the yellow.
Right. He's hitting the yellow, so
yeah.
I think it's
I
think it's good.
Maybe it's Twitch.
Like I said,
Might be Twitch.
He's at the same. He's at the
Yeah.
same. So I don't. I hear him pretty good.
Maybe is just going deaf.
Whoa, maybe.
Also, someone else who was a Spider Nerd.
He was at a concert.
Spider Nerd did say that Philly was low. I turned Philly up, and he said, "No, it's good."
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I'm gonna leave him where he is now. I feel like he's pretty even. Anyway.
Also, hi, Arculus.
Oh, hello.
There it goes.
The Autobots and Nest military begin to mobilize while Alice sneaks into Sam's room to seduce him. As she gets on top of him and coerces him to kiss her, Michaela walks in to witness his apparent infidelity.
Oh boy.
But Alice extends a robotic tongue and mechanical tentacle from under her dress. There's obviously like two upskirt shots here.
Yeah.
Because, of course.
But she's a robot, so
yeah.
it's okay.
I guess, yeah. She's revealed to be a pretender. A type of... Is that correct, Philly?
That is correct.
Okay, cool.
Is that also, like, established at all in the movie?
No.
A pretender is established in the lore, but they've never, until exactly this movie, a pretender has never taken human form.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so what do pretenders do?
So they're Decepticons exclusively, and they pretend to be Autobots for, like, infiltration stuff.
Oh.
So, like, they'll capture Wheeljack or Bowie and go, now, you look like him, and get back in there and just try to be cool.
Oh, so they transform into other Transformers.
Yeah.
Okay. But this one can transform into humans.
This one mastered biotechnology or something.
So they like kidnap this poor girl and she's somewhere?
Yeah, I think this is also kind of a leap in technology for them because obviously she's passable. She looks like a human.
She's also just a Terminator.
Yeah, she's a Terminator. and they do reference that in a couple shots. But I mean, like typically they're using holograms for people, but they have the technology to just have a person.
Yeah,
they use holograms so that they can be in their vehicle mode and drive, and not be like, there's nobody driving that.
That's
car.
true. That would freak me out if I just saw a car driving.
Someone can transform into a person too, so they could have like a pretender sit in the car, or a chunk of them could be pretender. I don't know.
Yeah, but what purpose does that serve?
To not have to do the hologram.
But why?
All I'm saying is that they clearly have the technology.
Oh, they do have the technology.
Anyway,
have you considered that it's a hot girl and it's a Michael Bay movie?
Oh hell
That's
yeah!
True. And then you can pull up her skirt.
That's it. No notes. Perfect.
Yeah. And then you can show her underwear.
This is just to pull up her skirt. This entire sequence.
I do want to backtrack a little bit because we kind of skipped over Wheelie.
Who's Wheelie? Oh,
he's the little humpy leg robot.
Little humpy boy. Yeah.
He's kind of a side character. I don't know anything about him really that much. He's so horny in this movie, but Michaela puts him in a box. And then gets a last-minute plane ticket from her working in her father's garage across the country. The box starts moving at the check-in desk at the airport.
And he yells that he's a bomb.
He's a bomb, and he starts ticking.
Slams her stiletto on it, and it's like, there's nothing in the box. You can trust me. I'm pretty. And the guy goes, for sure, dog. Get on that plane.
Philly, have you considered that Megan Fox is really hot?
I did not consider that.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Hot people get away with it.
Yeah, it's not a plot hole because she's hot.
Yeah. So Michael Bay did his homework. He knows.
So I think the funniest part of that though is there's this right before that is Tom Kenny, by the way, and you can hear the SpongeBob in his voice for like 1 second.
Really?
There's 1 second where he sounds just like SpongeBob, and then he kind of like gets out of it. But it slipped out.
At least he didn't do the laugh.
Oh God. Okay. So Alice, we're talking about Alice. Blah blah blah. She's revealed to be a pretender, a type of Decepticon that transforms into a passable human. Sam, Michaela, and Leo run from the Alice Decepticon, where they argue quietly in the library about Sam kissing the evil robot Beck. Alice follows them Terminator style as Michaela hotwires a car to escape. She crashes the car, smashing Alice, but are immediately captured by Starscream and dropped in a warehouse where he and Megatron await. Actually, it's not Starscream. Who is the one that can transform into a helicopter?
Grindor.
Grinder?
It's spelled grind and then O-R.
Grindor.
Okay.
Grinder is an app.
Because Blackout was the one in the first one, and he gets killed by.
Yep. Okay,
But
so
they have the
Grindor.
exact same physical design.
Yeah, he turns into like a Chinook, right? Or an Apache or
Those
something.
are-
Wasn't Starscream a helicopter in the first one for a second?
Wasn't he
Oh,
always?
he's a jet.
He's always
It was
a
a
jet.
jet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's always been a jet. Always should be a jet.
Yeah, he's
He
got
works.
those alien tattoos.
And that's why he's a Dorito.
Yeah, that's why they made him a Dorito.
Yeah.
He couldn't transform into anything but. Yeah, she crashes the car, smashing Alice. Blah blah blah. They're captured. Megatron attempts to extract Sam's transformer knowledge from his brain. As the information is projected around him, Optimus and Bumblebee crash in to save the day. Couple things here. The chase scene with Alice on the car, and she's in full robot mode, but the tip of her little tentacle is still a little tongue.
Oh yeah.
That was really funny. I actually really like that. And then
Can I ask you guys a question really quick?
Yeah.
Have you ever had your stomach tongued by a 600-pound mountain ox?
Well, have you? Because it smelled like diesel.
I have not. It had a diesely tinge to it.
So you know what the thing about that is that like Sam and Michaela or Shia and Megan Fox, they do have chemistry.
They do.
They do.
And I'm sitting here going like, man, I hate this dialogue, but they're working it. You know?
Yeah.
And they're back and forth, like I believe.
No, they do have talent.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they are, honestly. And it's so weird because I've seen Megan Fox in so many things, and I think like usually she's not that strong an actor, but like for whatever reason in this movie I buy it. I'm like, oh, she's doing a good job.
This movie and I think Jennifer's Body are probably the only ones where I'm like, all right, Megan Fox is pretty good in that.
Yeah.
But like Jonah Hex, no.
But and also like Ninja Turtles, not great in that either.
Yeah.
But like in this movie there was a part, and I'm trying to remember where it was, and I was like, she should be leading this movie. I think she should be the protagonist. Shia shouldn't even have been in it. There was a part where I was like,
but
she
it's a Michael Bay movie. You can't make the hot girl also the hero.
No, she has to serve the hero.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Get with it.
I know. Sorry. My bad. Yeah. But no, there was a part where I was like, you know what? She could definitely lead the story. She's pretty good.
She's also more
Also,
interesting
somehow
than Sam.
Leo knows that Alice laid eggs in Sam's stomach.
I don't know if he's just
Wait, did she?
But he says that, and then he's like, you gotta throw it, man. You gotta yak it.
Oh, and then he throws up. Yeah. I think he just
I feel
felt
like
sick.
he was referencing like Alien.
Right. Like Peter Parker does it
Maybe.
too.
Yeah. It just happened to be true.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it
don't
might have
know,
been a
yeah.
mental thing where he's just like, oh, maybe I should throw up.
He's
and
like,
he
oh,
felt
God.
sick. Yeah. And he did throw up.
Maybe.
Yeah. They're also jostled around quite a bit.
Yeah.
Grinder also almost kills Sam like 4 times.
Well, okay. Well, see, here's my thing. They dropped the car. Like
100 feet.
It's
minimum.
easy 100 feet, and like they're fine. And even when Michaela crashes the car, I'm like, they should be like extremely hurt.
That's like a head-on collision.
If it was hard enough to kill the fucking robot, like you guys are
The
done.
guns can't kill.
Yeah, you guys are done.
Right.
And then you're fine, and then you get dropped from like a rooftop, and
Magnetized
you're
by a
still
helicopter.
fine. Yeah.
Sam almost falls out of the helicopter. They fly over the Hudson.
Is it the
They
Hudson?
fly
No,
over some body of water.
Well, maybe they're currently in Princeton, so they're nowhere near
They're in Pennsylvania,
New
right?
York,
I don't know
New
where
Jersey.
bodies
New
of water
Jersey.
are.
Oh, New Jersey's near New York.
Well, Princeton itself is exactly between Philadelphia and New York. I know because I looked it up because I guess weird about continuity, right? So remember they're in Princeton.
Right.
Michaela does fly to Philadelphia because it's the closest major
That's
airport.
right. That's right. That's why she flew.
But you could fly also to New York because they're roughly the same distance.
Okay.
So, and then
So
part of
Grindr-
this movie takes place in New York. Yeah.
Grinder picks them up. They get hit by a car. Sam almost falls out. They fly over a large body of water where Sam is still hanging up the side of the car.
And they're
then they
screaming the
drop
whole time.
150 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the most comedically appropriate moment, the airbags go off.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much.
Also, they land nose first.
Yeah,
in
no, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
they
They're
should
dead.
absolutely be dead.
They should have been splatted on the floor, man.
Yeah.
Going through that freaking windshield.
They're not getting anything from
Yeah.
Sam's brains.
Some story things I want to talk about here, like we said on the top. This movie is written by Roberto Orsi and Alex Kurtzman and some other guy who kind of did a pass or whatever. Roberto Orsi and Alex Kurtzman are obsessed with like certain conspiracy theories. They love like false flag conspiracies, ancient aliens,
Special blood.
special blood. All of this shit is present. The special blood part is disguised in this movie. Instead of special blood or magic blood, it's magic memories. Because now, I mean, think about it.
We need Sam because we need his brain.
We need him. Yeah. And it's in his body. We need to extract it out of his body. And at one point, he gets strapped here. He gets strapped to a fucking operating table. And Megatron's like, I could kill you. I could do it. And it'd be so much fun. But instead, we're going to like extract painfully all of the information in your brain.
He says it feels good to grab your flesh.
Oh, man. Megatron's horny, too.
Oh, no. Yeah, he just wants
So
some
the
revenge.
doctor is so weird.
The doctor is
Beseeching
weird.
the shard, easy or tough way.
Is that... See, I'm glad I couldn't understand him then, because...
His dialogue is
Yeah.
kind of
So-
garbage.
Like, if you only need his brain, why not just shoot Sam and just cut his brain out afterwards?
Well, I don't think it works
Because that's
that
not
way.
fun.
But the doctor said we need to have his brain on the table.
Oh.
He does say that because they were about to like cut him up.
So, like,
Just
again...
shoot him.
You can kind of watch these movies without like really listening to half the dialogue, and at this point,
If you don't hear the dialogue, nothing's really lost.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The point is that like it's in his brain, and we need him alive, I guess, or maybe not
Until we don't.
until we don't. Yeah, exactly. Arculus, are you saying that you know Guy Fieri
He
like
does.
personally? Oh wow. So hey, real quick question: is he nice? Because I remember hearing like different things about Guy Fieri, and like I don't know. Listen, I kind of also want to talk about like his politics
Oh,
because
Jesus.
here's why. I have been watching if I'm on I'm on planes a lot, so sometimes I'll play
Diners, drive-ins,
Diners, drive-ins, and dives
dives.
on the fucking thing. It's just it's airplane TV basically, and in a lot of the beginning of the episodes when they go to a restaurant that's immigrant owned, which is like a lot of the time because like
They make the
obviously,
best food.
the best food, yeah, from different cultures and
Yeah.
stuff. He says a whole bit about like immigrants and how they're the backbone of American society.
You want to know if he actually believes
I
that?
want to know if he actually believes it because it sounds in his tonality a little bit. I'm like, oh, is he just told to say this because it's on the script, Because the writers are like, no, you have to say this, so people don't think you're weird, And I deep down, I'm like, oh, is it though?
Does he like their food or not?
I want to believe he's cool because he sounds cool to hang out with.
I don't know if he's
But
cool.
I'm curious.
I don't think any celebrity
Well,
chef is
a guy
actually
that's
cool.
still dressed like he's in 2001 would be cool to hang out with.
But he leans into it so well. Also, there's pictures of him without his like get up, like normal hair and without a beard. He looks so like
Unrecognizable.
he looks milk toast, just like normal, like not.
Superman
He could
effect.
he could just blend in. Yeah,
He wasn't even doing like the Flavor Town point.
Yeah. My mom was good friends with one of the stunt drivers for Fast and Furious. That's actually pretty cool because I was actually I was in a hotel and there was nothing else on, and we were flipping the channels because I didn't have like streaming on. I need to work on that. I need to bring an Apple TV with me or something. And Tokyo Drift was playing, and we was at the very beginning. I'm like, I'm gonna sit and watch this whole fucking movie.
Well, you missed the beginning.
I missed the USA part.
You missed, yeah.
That's like 5 minutes or less.
You missed like the race through the.
Yeah, no, I've seen the
housing
movie before.
development.
yeah. I saw it in the montage where he just got to Japan, like he just got there.
Mm-hmm.
Wabaki. Fun movie, yeah, it's a fun movie, and the driving is probably the best.
I think that is the best driving
for sure. So yeah, stunt driving for that. Anyway,
drifting school.
Yeah, the drifting school.
Anyway, we got way off.
Yeah. I was just curious about. Anyway, Optimus and Megatron fight while Bumblebee drives the trio to safety. Megatron chases Optimus to a nearby forest where other Decepticons join the fight. Optimus is outnumbered 3-1, and Megatron briefly tries convincing him that Sam can lead them to a new source of Energon to save their kind, but Optimus would rather fight. Megatron sneaks up on Optimus and delivers a killing blow moments before the rest of the Autobots arrive. With the last Prime dead, the Fallen can now return.
So was Megatron actually opting for peace?
Hold on. What'd you say?
Was Megatron actually opting for peace? Sorry, I think we both answered.
Yeah, you both said something at the same time. I'm like,
Billy, go first.
Birdo, go first.
Birdo, go.
Damn it.
Yeah, Birdo.
All right, I'll go first. Okay. Was Megatron opting for peace
briefly
here?
Amongst
Absolutely
them?
not.
Hold on. Amongst them.
Oh, okay.
Not hey, we're still gonna wipe out the human race. But like we
next
need Energon.
45 seconds.
He's just trying to corrupt.
He's trying to take the easy way out.
Optimus. He's like, hey, like you need Energon as much as we do. Like, let's think about this for a second.
Yeah. Okay.
And Optimus is like, fuck you.
Okay. Philly's turn.
Philly.
How does the Fallen know that the last Prime is dead?
That's actually good. My assumption is that Soundwave is watching this whole movie.
Does he like send him a text?
Maybe.
Or like a radio signal or something?
Hey, got him. Get down there. Get your weird back arms in there.
Yeah. Plus, he's over in like Saturn, so like, who knows?
True.
Yeah.
But also, Optimus gets annihilated.
Optimus talks some mad shit in this scene.
Yeah, and then he just goes down like a bitch.
Megatron, he goes, weak, puny, waste of metal, junkyard trash.
Nice.
Yeah, while he's throwing trees at Megatron.
Nice.
Optimus is kind of like a dick in these movies, I've noticed.
He's always going to be a dick. He's a dick mostly in like the fourth one, right? Or the fifth one?
Yeah,
There's one where he's mean.
So I reached out to some people in the Transformers community about their thoughts on this movie.
Of course.
And one of the big things was that Optimus is not Optimus in these movies. Like, Optimus is meant to be like a beacon of hope and always do the right thing. And this Optimus is very dark.
I mean, well, in the beginning and in the end, he says the thing about hope and shit.
Yeah, but his words aren't matching his actions.
And making memories.
Making memories.
Optimus goes 3v1 and holds his ground pretty well.
He does. I mean, he's obviously kind of like the best.
He still gets blasted.
But yeah, like Megatron's also like
he gets blasted because fucking Sam just causes problems.
It is kind of Sam's fault though, and I think it's interesting if like he wasn't wasting his time looking for Sam, make sure he's all right. Would he have survived? Like at least put up a fight, at least until the other Autobots arrived, which was like conveniently right after his death.
Yeah, it was like immediately after his death. Yeah.
So in this scene, he beats the shit out of Megatron, kills Grinder by ripping his face in half. And
that was great.
Rips off Starscream's arm.
That was also fun, and it was extra fun because later Starscream is embarrassed while holding his own arm, and Megatron grabs it and slaps him with it.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic.
Megatron doesn't beat Starscream enough in these movies.
Oh,
he grabbed his decapitated arm and hit him with it.
Needs to beat him at least once in every movie.
Oh boy. Arculus asked a question in the chat, which
he also
I
subscribed. Thank you for that.
Right, which I feel merits a response because he subscribed.
Oh,
because it was a silly, stupid question. And he asks, "Who is the Gambit of Transformers?"
What does that mean?
Spider Nerd is right with you. He said, "In what regard?" And Arculus said, "All regards." Oh, what?
So which Transformer shoots playing cards?
Well, I think his what he's trying to get to is what Arculus is trying to get to is that Gambit is an Omega level mutant.
So who's an Omega level transformer?
I think he's just looking for an excuse to say that. It's his favorite
Megatron?
fact.
Megatron?
Optimus? Soundwave? Those are like your three main badass.
Unicron?
I mean,
Unicron?
Well, hang on. Soundwave could work because Soundwave, A, has personality because he's a cassette player, could play different cassette tapes, right?
Yeah.
B, he flies under the radar. You think, oh, he's just one of the guys. He's one of the minions or whatever. But really, he's the one providing the most information.
He's basically behind the whole operation.
Yeah, he's the most useful one. So, like, maybe it is Soundwave.
Oh, shit. Are you saying
Well,
Gambit's
Omega
the most
Supreme
useful?
What'd you say?
Spider Nerd said Omega Supreme would also be a good one.
He just said that because it had Omega in the name.
Well, he's not wrong, though. You also say, like, Metroplex or Trypticon.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, don't know who they
Or
are.
Optimus Primal.
Optimus Prime. He's
Metroplex and Trypticon transform into cities.
Oh, Jesus.
Geez. Okay, wow.
They're real big.
Yeah. Trip to Com, more like trip to Connecticut.
What the fuck?
Get it?
Trip to Connecticut.
He's laughing, okay?
Oh, my God.
It stays in, damn it.
Arculus, I don't get it.
Anyway, moving on. That was enough time dedicated to that.
But is Guy Fieri cool? You didn't answer that.
Yeah, that's what we really want to know. You can
still waiting.
you can DM us privately if you need to. Optimus and Starscream meet auspiciously on top of the MetLife building in Midtown Manhattan.
Ah, yes.
To discuss how to find Sam now that he's escaped. Here's my thing about that. They're always meeting on top of very famous landmarks.
But they're supposed to be like low key.
Exactly. Remember, like when Optimus and them were like, "All right, guys, let's regroup. Let's go to the Hoover Dam." No, not the Hoover Dam. The L.A.
Observatory.
Observatory. Yeah.
Everybody can see you, man. You might as well be like on the fucking Hollywood sign.
The Hoover Dam is where everything was being kept. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that part was hidden,
Yeah.
but.
All right, so we need to hide. So let's jet over to the White House, just hang out there for a little bit.
Yeah, no one will see us.
We'll hang
there.
out on the lawn. It's not like the president's mad at us or anything.
It's the Griffith Observatory. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yes, we went on a whole thing. We asked you if Guy Fieri is cool, and does he believe what he says when he says that
Arnaldo wants to know what he thinks about immigrants.
Yeah, when he says immigrants are like the backbone of society and blah blah blah. He says some really nice, like flowery things about immigration.
But it might be false.
But does he mean it, or is he just told to say it? You know what I mean? It's just, I think it's an interesting what if. Anyway, Optimus and I said that part. Megatron claims it's to stop. Wait, what? Okay, Megatron claims it's time to stop hiding and deploys more Decepticons across other major buildings and landmarks. Now, the new Decepticons destroy an aircraft carrier and attack Paris, where the Witwickies are on vacation, afraid of French culture. Megatron and Soundwave.
I have in my notes that Michael Bay hates foreign food.
Oh, 100%. He is so fucking red-blooded American.
It's like, yeah, let's get the grossest thing I could possibly think of from France.
It's how much can we make fun of the French in 1 minute?
Yeah.
Because, I'll get back to it. Let me finish this paragraph. Megatron and Soundwave hijack worldwide television signals for the Fallen to broadcast their introduction to the world and warning. Unless Sam Witwicky is turned over to them, the Decepticons will destroy the world.
The world.
Yeah, it's big deal, man.
But they need Sam.
High stakes. So
I'm calling their bluff.
Calling their bluff. Yeah. It's like, you know what? Bet you won't.
Yeah.
I think you need us.
So anyway, my product placement, my worst product placement here is the Budweiser that his dad is drinking at the French cafe. Bullshit.
I didn't
Actually, yeah, there's no fucking way he got a Budweiser.
There is no Budweiser in France, my friend. I've been there. They don't give a shit about your Budweiser, and they don't carry it. It's bad product placement because they could have put that anywhere else in the film. But I feel like
they could have put that in the fucking party scene.
Yeah, for sure. They had punch because underage drinking. But there's legal shit going on.
I
here.
guess.
in that scene, it's just, again, it's Michael Bay going like, fuck escargot, fuck mimes, fuck the French.
Mimes are a little creepy.
They don't have any good food or drink. Put a Budweiser on the fucking table and we get paid
drinking
for
Budweiser, and the mom's going to eat the grossest looking snail I can find.
Yeah, and they're going to make fun of it.
Arculus, that was not escargot. That was green.
It was like a giant green snail.
In a shell. I've had escargot. That's not how you eat escargot. That was Canadian goose poop in a snail shell.
Spider says, yes, a French classic Le Bud.
Le Bud.
Le Bud.
Le Bud Troisiel.
And Arculus said that Guy Fieri does like immigrants, but he also didn't understand the question.
It doesn't matter. I'm over it. Anyway.
A line that I like in the Fallen bit is he says, citizens of the human hive.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad, actually.
That's pretty good.
Was that while he was... Yeah. Was he talking to Hive, though? Or was he talking to the planet?
Is Hive a character?
He's talking to the planet.
Hive is the organization. No, that's Nest. Never mind.
That's Nest.
Same thing. Hive, Nest.
You guys look up the acronym for Nest?
Nope. Didn't know that was one.
Non-Biological Extraterrestrial Species Treaty.
Okay.
Where's the B in the...
No, where's the
It's non-biological.
Oh, they had to make it one word, otherwise it'd be
Nabest.
Nabest.
So
they already have NBE1.
Hang on. There's a flooring store here in Orlando down the street somewhere. And it's called The Best.
The Best.
DA'.
I hate that.
I love it. It's owner's Puerto Rican, if it wasn't obvious.
Is it the best?
I don't know, but every time I'm always like the best. This is
if
not
it's not the best. Can you sue for?
If you live in Orlando, check out the best. This is not a commercial. Check out the best flooring.
The best.
The best.
Speaking of not a commercial, get your Films from Phantoms on shirt. They're really comfortable.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, he's wearing his. I'm wearing a Batman shirt because it was like Batman Day yesterday or something.
What does that have to do with Transformers today?
Nothing. It has nothing to do with Transformers. Anyway.
Well, Soundwave kind of sounds like Batman.
Yeah, a little bit.
Where are the other Autobots going?
I'm trying to help.
So there's a really kind of sad scene they played up where the aircraft carrier is destroyed.
Aren't there like thousands of people on aircraft carriers?
Apparently, your average aircraft carrier has a crew of over 5,000.
Woo!
Which seems... What are they all doing?
Actually,
is what I want to know.
I buy that.
No. They all fit on the ship.
Yeah.
The ship's big. A cruise ship will hold about that. Like a big cruise ship will hold about 5,000 people. But people go on cruises for a reason. Like, why do you need 5,000 people on an aircraft carrier?
In case you go to war.
I don't think they're all soldiers. I think they're mostly... I need to talk to someone in the Navy.
I'm sure a lot of it's just crew to maintain it, but...
Yeah, but still.
Kitchen staff, cleaning staff.
Right, but the kitchen staff and the cleaning staff is to supplement your other people.
And
so
usually
it's like,
they'll double as soldiers. They're still soldiers.
Well, I understand they're soldiers, but they're not infantry. Like they're not.
No, true. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, what do they all do?
They're just doing their jobs, man.
5,000 people. That's where all that military.
It's like a floating
going.
city.
I understand, but like, they're not transporting somewhere. It's the ship that carries the planes.
Yeah.
And only 1,000 of them. I very briefly looked into this. Only 1,000 of them work for the planes. So I think they call it the air wing, right? So the wing of the thing for the planes, and then 60 of them are pilots. So we've got about 1,060 of them that are all there for the plane,
yeah.
And the other like 3,000 are just to make the ship
940.
I mean, maintenance.
I guess it just seems like a lot.
It does seem like a lot. I'm curious how many are actually essential.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so at first, and the reason I looked this up is, again, I'm being weird with the continuity. I'm being picky. I recognize that.
Be picky.
Yeah, I'm being picky. They said that 7,000 people died, and at first I was like, well, they're only like the camera really only cared about the aircraft carrier. They didn't care about anyone that died in Paris.
There's already 5,000 people there.
But that's 5,000 people. So like, only 2,000 people died in Paris. Now 2,000 people is a lot.
The Witwickies made it.
Yeah, they got hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just to put in perspective, like 9/11, 3,000 people died.
All right.
So when you say that 7,000 people died in this one event,
wait till you watch
like,
the third movie.
Oh yeah. Oh, Chicago's fucked. Yeah.
The city of Chicago died.
You see everybody getting like disintegrated.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, just to add to your continuity issues, it is daytime in New York and France.
Oh.
Yep. That's a good catch.
Is
Thank you.
that how are those time zones out?
That is
that
possible.
at
No,
all?
that is possible though. They're only 6 hours apart.
It'd have to be like a very specific time of the day, though.
Have to assume it's at least mid-afternoon.
For about 6 hours, they're sharing daylight. If the sun's up for 12 hours in the summer,
It looked mid-afternoon in both
equinox.
places, though.
well, one could be morning.
Sunset in both places.
Sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's that work?
I'm trying to think. Like, what was the scene that happened before this? The forest scene.
Where
Optimus died?
Yeah, they were in school. Oh, I mean, it was early afternoon because Michaela says I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there in the afternoon.
Right.
Because she got on a plane that morning. It was the same day.
I'll assume like 3.
So it
There's
should
a lot of stuff happening in a very short amount of
it
time.
should probably be nighttime in Paris, actually.
Yeah.
Because by the time they get through all that, it's probably like, no. Actually, it could be about 2 p.m. by the time it's all said and done. So it's 8. It's like around 8-ish. And yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Okay, we'll give that one a pass, I guess.
We're thinking too hard about it. During a sad moment montage at Nest Base, a helicopter carrying Optimus unceremoniously drops his corpse 50 feet to the
I
ground.
actually did laugh when they did that because it's all right.
It just doesn't fit the movie at all.
Take your trash back to your goddamn planet.
There's like sad. Everyone looks super sad, right? It's this montage. The music's like swelling up, and they basically kick him over the plane.
It's almost comedic.
And he just kind of like bounces on the ground. They could have like delicately laid him down, you know?
Just throw him.
Guys, just go ahead and lightly set down Optimus. Spike him into the ground like a football. Got it.
Before director Galloway arrives with his army men to surround Major Lennox and the Autobots. He now has operational command after the Decepticon attack and shuts down Nest, refusing to help the Autobots to fight the Decepticons, preferring a coordinated, I said it right, military attack or turning over Sam.
They're exploring all options.
Yeah, it's stupid that he thinks that like all the army can defeat the. We don't need the Autobots.
We don't need the Autobots. We'll take out this alien threat, no problem. You ever see Independence Day? We'll just do that.
We'll just do that. Put the nuke right in there.
Also, we saw Jolt on screen in this scene.
He was in the back of
chilling out in the back, having lots of personality.
on a trailer, on a trailer bed. I was showing you guys on the one of the Transformers wikis on his page. It's all
Is
like
it
the
in like
whole
first person?
the whole page is basically a joke, and it's like, hey, like I definitely had screen time in the movie. There I am, and like the pictures were like, there I am. I'm just behind
like
those other guys.
A circle, just like look at me.
Yeah, and then like another picture was like, in like his comic run or whatever. He's like, oh, I can't die because I'm coming. I need to audition for Dark of the Moon.
That's funny.
We gotta move a little quicker, so I'm gonna go into the next few parts.
All right.
Now in hiding, Sam, Leo, Michaela, Bumblebee, and for some fucking reason the twins, Skids and Mudflaps, discuss their next move. Leo suggests finding Robo Warrior, an online alien expert who turns out to just be Seymour Simmons from Sector 7, now working for his mom's deli in New York. Simmons sees Sam and Michaela, and although he's mad at Sam for ruining his career and losing his security clearance, he's intrigued by Sam's visions. Simmons shows Sector 7's old files that hid similar ancient alien markings throughout historical sites. He wanted to prove that the Transformers had been on Earth since antiquity, hiding as the earliest machines and vehicles, but were censored. The markings can't be deciphered by an Autobot, but Michaela suddenly remembers that she has a Decepticon with her. Wheelie.
How convenient.
Yeah.
He can't read them. He also can't read them, but recognizes it as a language of the primes, and that the old seeker could read it. The old seekers could read it, and that the closest seeker is at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C.
Simmons, I think, does a lot to like save this movie.
Around this part,
He doesn't even save the movie,
sure.
but
he carries it.
Yes.
From here on,
Yeah.
I think. And like, it's because this is the part where it's going to slow down because they have to do a lot of
the National Treasure thing.
Yeah, and it's a little too much. They should have skipped a few steps, but it's a lot of like, oh, we got to go find this, to read this, to get that.
It's a video game plot.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it starts to get a little bit nuts.
Arnaldo.
Uh-huh.
My recording failed.
That's awful news, Philly. Why'd you tell me that? Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
Did it stop at some point or?
I have it at 150:39, maybe 150:40.
150:39?
It's only like 4 minutes back.
That was 4 minutes ago.
Start up the recording again and.
Fuck.
Can I just start recording again, or should I export this one and then start again?
Okay, I'm gonna stop right now. Okay. And do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Go to do you have like a small hard drive?
I think so.
Like a big hard drive, small hard drive? You think you run out of
I
space?
Have a hard drive.
You don't know how much space you have?
Not at the moment, I don't.
Oh, fuck.
That could be a factor.
It could be a factor.
I have an external hard drive. Sorry.
So you think you have enough space where it's recording? Because it's gonna record in the hard drive that it's installed, temporarily until you export it, and then you could delete the file. But like it does gonna vary that amount of time. All right. So anyway, do me a favor before you export, highlight the last. Well, you're only gonna hear what you were saying anyway. So fuck. Oh wait. How much time was it? You said 150.
150:39.
I can do that on my end.
Oh.
150:39. I'm out, you know.
Just throw him. It's the Optimus corpse. It sounds like.
He's talking. Before
It's just after I was talking.
Arrives with his army men to surround Major. Right here, yeah. Before Director Calloway. This part. Okay, cool. So I'll just start reading there again. We'll be fine. So yeah, export as a wave, just say part 1. And then you can even close the file and we can start fresh. That way, if you have a space issue, that'll solve that problem.
Export completed with error.
Ooh, don't like that.
Completed but with error.
So did it form a WAV file? You can also
Yes.
do an MP3. Either will work.
Are MP3s smaller?
MP3s are a little bit smaller, yeah, or actually a lot smaller.
You can do it as an MP3.
If you prefer, just do both. Let's be safe. You can send them all to me on a Dropbox.
All right, it is exporting with MP3 without a problem. Failed
Sweet.
to write because not writable or the disk is full.
So what we do, Philly, is and I don't know what your screen situation is like, but I'm constantly looking at. Like I've had
it highlighted, but of course, one time I took my mouse off, it stopped.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you caught it only a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
because that could have been disastrous. But what we do, like I have the notes taking up a little over half of my screen, and then I just like to see the file constantly recording underneath it.
Well, yeah, because we've had issues in the past.
Yeah. I used to be scared that like, oh, it's just gonna stop recording on its own, like you.
Which has happened.
Yeah. I mean, fuck over here, so I just get them match up. I'm just gonna go ahead and save this.
Save project.
I'll save them as 2 projects.
Berto and Arnaldo, you both be careful with the storm coming. Well, I might have to work during the storm, so we'll see.
No, you guys will close. It seems pretty serious. Trans.
We'll see what happens.
2.1 save.
It'd be stupid if we were open.
Okay, copying project. 2.1, save project. Close. I'm going to open up a second project. And I'll put these together later. Close. Perfect. Did it work?
I'm just checking to see if I can find where the file is.
Okay. Well, as long as it exists, that's all that matters.
It is saying that I am full on space.
We got up to about almost 2 hours of total recording, so that's probably about TBH, like an hour and 10, 20 minutes of actual. So
Content.
Yeah, wrap this up in the next like 30, 45 minutes.
That's doable.
Yeah, it's a little late, unfortunately. I do have to work tomorrow, but I'm working from home.
Oh, nice.
So I
Are
can
you doing
sleep.
that more often now?
Yeah, only because I've got a lot of stuff I need to do, like office stuff. I should
okay.
actually be on the road, but like I'm just kind of like trying to. I don't know. I hope.
Are they gonna expect you to work from home Thursday?
We had a thing and we canceled it.
Oh, okay.
We had, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they just closed the office.
Right.
And so yeah, I'll just be home anyway.
I know Max has been working
Do some
from home a lot
reading,
lately
yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's nice.
I think they're also just doing stuff on base though, and that's why he's been working from home.
As of right now, Amazon has said nothing to us about the storm, so I'm still delivering packages. I'm sure they won't. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, with Amazon, I don't know.
I would imagine they won't have you driving and getting out of your car in the rain.
Category 3
the
hurricane.
hurricane. Let me look at my notes.
But a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's Florida. They're fine. They're used to it." Yeah, we're used to it because
God, it took so many.
we know what to do.
Forest fight is okay. Oh, I didn't mention that. I'll mention that. What the fuck?
I am just cleaning up some space on my hard drive.
What's your hard drive looking like? Is there enough space?
Oh, I'm gonna delete a lot of things here.
Well, I mean, you probably only need like 5 free gigs.
It's good to have some excess.
Yeah.
If your hard drive's like full,
yeah, that
that's
could be
not
an
good
issue.
in general.
Because I realized
I
like
don't know why I have movies saved on my laptop that I don't watch. I'm just gonna delete them.
Wow.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a
This
Good
program takes up a lot of space, and because Audacity, as it records that space, it's not optimized space, so it just like takes up a lot.
It's
of
like
space.
a raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once it basically as you work on it and save, it'll start deleting stuff basically. So like a file can go up to like 15 gigs, and then like one day I'll save it and it'll literally
Honestly,
tell
that
me
doesn't sound that big.
15 gigs. It's huge.
A
Alexa,
Call of
turn on
Duty
desk.
update's like 80 gigs.
What's a video game, dude?
Okay, I have freed up 29 gigs of
Can you
space.
unmute Alexa for like 1 second? I need her to turn on this light. I can't do it any other way right now. There you go. Alexa, turn on desk.
There we go.
Alright, you can go ahead and mute her again. Yeah.
There we go.
But anyway, guys, on the stream, sorry.
Technical difficulties. It
yeah.
happens.
It's just
He said, "Can't you just rip the audio from this recording?"
no, not really.
Maybe off of the Twitch recording, but I don't think it would sound good.
It would be a pain in the ass because all 3 of us would be on the single track.
Oh,
So and that's not how I wouldn't want to do it that way. It's possible. So like and I'm also recording this. So like the entire video of this is currently being saved to my hard drive.
so we do have like a backup.
Yeah. So like I record the stream, right? So it's recording and streaming simultaneously. I also record live on here.
Okay.
I do have it. I do have that saved.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Are you ready to go on?
Do you want me to start a new one?
Yes, but I'm gonna count you down.
All right.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Set that. Okay, I am ready.
Okay. And we're gonna go on go. 3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
Going.
I did mine like half a click late because I know that there's a little bit.
Oh, smart. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Apologies.
Alright,
for
so
the-
we're just
Yeah,
gonna,
dude, no worries.
we're just gonna rewind ourselves a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay.
So act like you're talking about it for the first time.
Wait, where was I?
I could hate this movie for the first time so many times.
Okay, it was here before Director Galloway. All right, cool. Unceremoniously dropped 50 feet to the ground. Then we laughed about some stuff. And then I picked it up again. I said, before Director Galloway arrives with his army men to surround Major Lennox, and the Autobots. Now he has operational command after the Decepticon attack and shuts down Nest, refusing to help. I'm just realizing, like, I already have my section recorded. I don't physically have to read this again. But this is where we left off with Philly. So I don't know if you remember if you said anything to this at this part.
I don't think I said anything overly important.
I really think we just moved on because
we're just kind of talking about Optimus Prime's corpse dropping. And
yeah. And then I was like,
hilarious it was.
I was like, let's blast through this.
I do just really quickly want to say the British guy that speaks. He has like 4 or 5 lines in the movie.
What's his
doesn't have
deal?
a name.
He doesn't have a name?
Are you sure?
His name is Special Air Service Forces.
Wait, hold on. I saw him on the
my
Wikipedia,
God.
though.
His name is SAS.
Special Air Service Force. That's ridiculous because
That's his name in the credits on IMDb.
Well, I mean, it's not Star Wars. I can't expect every character to have a name, but like he seemed like he was like he had a speaking role in everything. Like,
Matthew Marsden. He has like 4 or 5 lines.
yeah. What the hell?
Hang on.
Also, the whole like joint operation between like the U.S. and the British and the way this is all. It reminds me a lot of the modern warfare games that were coming out at this time. Where it's like the British SAS working with the. Just honestly, I think it was just the army.
Oh, I thought he was on the. Never mind. I thought he was on the Wikipedia for the.
No, he's not even on the wiki.
Yeah.
So do either of you know the name Matthew Marsden? That sounds so familiar.
Matthew Marsden.
Is he related to James Marsden?
Maybe that's why it sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think
That's the
only name I would
actor's name.
do. Oh, okay. Anyway, what'd you want to say about him?
I just think it's weird that a character that has 4 or 5 lines doesn't have a name.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
It's almost like he was like an afterthought.
He doesn't really need to do anything either.
He
Doesn't even need to speak.
He says one thing to like the director, and I'm like, "What are you talking?" Like there wasn't necessary.
Why are you talking?
Also, I do have one small complaint about Galloway before we move on.
Yeah.
He has a quote that says, "An alien blood feud has been brought to our shores for which our soldiers are paying the price." He says this to the soldiers that are literally paying the price. He says this to Nest.
Yeah, they're the ones.
Like, I don't know if you guys noticed.
That's a little dumb.
I forgot to mention, but in the fucking first fight in the top of the movie, like there's a ton of like human casualties.
Oh, these movies are full of human casualties.
And I just wonder, I'm like, what are the infantry really
And they were
doing?
in the middle of a like funeral service when Galloway first shows up and like interrupts
That's
everything.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're just like, here's all like the fucking, soldiers that are dying. But what are the soldiers doing? Like, why are their boots on the ground that close to these fucking enormous like robots when they have Autobots that are doing most of the fighting?
That's true.
I feel like they could have.
They don't need to be there.
I think like strategically, those guys didn't have to die. They're just sitting.
Maybe Nest is just not making good decisions.
They're just sitting there with like their AR-15s, like they're
that
not
aren't going to do anything.
They're not putting a dent in
It's
those
well
guys.
established that our guns don't do a goddamn thing against robots.
Yeah, they all figured that out in Qatar in the last movie.
Yeah. That was a good scene. Thank you for bringing that up because I do want to mention that later on. But
Okay.
now in hiding, Sam, Leo, Michaela, Bumblebee, and for some fucking reason, the twins. I already read this part. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. I'll stitch it together later.
All
I
right.
do have a note on the twins also.
Okay.
How they're racist.
So again, someone that I reached out to.
Hang on, because if I stitch this with what I was reading earlier, there was no play. Bring it up in a minute.
Okay.
What was the last thing I read around here? Simmons shows Sector 7's old files that had similar ancient alien markings throughout historical sites. He wanted to prove that the Transformers had been on Earth since antiquity, hiding as the earliest machines and vehicles, but was censored. The markings can't be deciphered by an Autobot, but Michaela suddenly remembers that she has a Decepticon with her. He also can't read them, but recognizes it as the language of the Primes, and that the old Seekers could read it, and that the closest Seeker is at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. Now, I actually remember we were talking about the plot, and there's too many going back and forth. And
Yeah.
That's when he interrupted us.
Oh, because we found out it wasn't recording. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we're caught up.
We're caught up. And then Philly, you were telling me earlier you have a note about the twins. Sorry.
Yes, so someone I reached out to about this movie, a very big Transformers fan, said that watching this movie with the twins made him feel racist just for watching it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, am I complicit in this? Am I part of the group?
Especially
You know
if
what I
like, because every once in a while it'd be something like, huh. You're like, wait, I shouldn't have laughed.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even like a laugh. It's like a, huh.
It's a pretty bad caricature, especially since like these are robots. Like they don't need to be like that. You know what I mean? They didn't grow up here.
I guess you could, for argument's sake, you'd say that's where they learned their English. But like,
Optimus said in the first one that they learned the language through the World Wide Web.
yeah,
But, like, do you make sense through the internet?
like,
It's a tough one.
and I think that's why Jazz was so like the way he was.
I remember him not being
He was talking a lot of shit.
Yeah, but he wasn't this bad.
His
Not
first
at all.
line in the movie is "What's cracking, little bitches? This looks like a cool place to kick it."
That's
Yeah,
okay, but that's actually, I don't know.
he was just watching music videos.
Yeah, if one of y'all said that to me, I'd be like, huh, "That's great." I don't know, like.
But the way the
These
twins
guys-
are, it's like
I think the weirdest part is only one of the voice actors is black. The other one is Tom Kenny.
Mm.
It's SpongeBob himself.
oh man.
I
So
suppose you remember which one, right?
nope. I think the red one. One's red, right?
Yeah.
One's green.
Mud
One-
flap is red.
Yeah, one's red, one's
I
green.
think the red one is Tom Kenny. I think the one with the gold tooth is not.
Oh, the gold tooth! My God.
He loses that tooth though.
His gold buck tooth.
Yeah, it's.
But it's like, why?
I don't know, man. It's pretty problematic, I think. But
Even at the time, it
So-
was.
oh no, one.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
I remember
wasn't
that being
that
a
long
big
ago.
criticism,
Yeah.
even when the movie came out.
Yeah. Racism has not evolved that much, you know.
What's acceptable on film might have.
Also, Simmons steals hundreds of files from Sector 7, and no one goes, "Hey, you want to just not take those?"
Well, Sector 7 doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, but they
But you're
would
gonna let some dude take
This-
hundreds of
Also,
top secret
yeah,
files?
the
True.
CIA would have taken those or something.
yeah,
you
they
know?
would have. Yeah,
It's
Simmons
just
gets
in
away
the-
with a lot of shit in this movie.
Sitting in the codroom, just copying these documents like a mad lad.
Simmons should be in prison.
I mean, yeah, but did he commit? Oh, for taking the
Yeah.
documents. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, that could be considered treason.
I mean, they got Trump for it,
Treason.
didn't they?
True.
It's a treason at the least.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Language of the Primes is a thing.
Okay. I'm glad that's
oh,
not
that
just
is a
made up
thing?
bullshit.
Oh,
They're
perfect.
also called cyberglyphics.
Cyberglyph
Instead of
that's
hieroglyphics.
nice.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Cyber.
Simmons and
Robot
the
stuff. You get it?
robot. Yep. Simmons and the crew devise a plan to sneak in. That's at the Smithsonian, which
Oh.
involves Leo pretending to have shit himself and be left without toilet paper so that he can lure a guard into the bathroom and tase him. This is a horrible plan. This somehow works, despite the fact that there should be more than 3 guards in one of our country's largest and most important museums, or that Leo ends up tasing himself with his pants around his ankles.
Jesus. Also, now he's a registered sex offender.
For what? For just being outside with his pants down?
Being outside
Yeah.
naked around children.
Were there children? Was there?
The guard mentions their children here.
There are. Yeah, he does.
It looked like the thing was closed. I didn't see any extras.
I'm just saying, that's what the guard said.
The small Decepticon, or Wheelie, leads them to Jetfire, a retired Blackbird. Sam uses Michaela's Allspark shard to resurrect him just before Michaela realizes he has Decepticon markings. The team panic as Jetfire creates chaos in the museum hangar. He finally cools off outside, where he reveals he defected from the Decepticons long ago to fight with the Autobots, something Wheelie didn't realize was possible. He changes allegiances to Michaela, his warrior goddess, and humps her leg. Instead of answering any questions, Jetfire teleports them all to Egypt.
Where do you want to start?
I want to start. No, you know what? I'll talk about it later. But it's about the Allspark and why they think to use it on Jetfire, not Optimus.
Yeah. Also, Like, are we supposed to find Jetfire funny here when he's like rambling?
There are
And
so many jokes about Jetfire that just
I don't
did
think
not even almost land for me.
I don't think any of them land. I'm like, Jetfire's not funny at all.
Like, there's a lot of like fart jokes and just old man jokes. And I saw it, and I was like, just move on, get this scene done with.
And they're not even good old man jokes.
They did Jetfire so dirty in this movie.
I'll be honest, I didn't mind it that much compared to everything else. Like this whole fucking scene with Leo, and he's in the bathroom, and that's how they get. It's stupid.
It's like weird slapstick humor.
And it, like that's a whole thing you could have cut out. I didn't think Jetfire was that bad. He's got some charm.
Know the character, you know that he's a very stoic, badass character.
Oh, that's not what we got at all.
No, not even close.
We did not.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, changing sides is a thing. Certain comic books have Soundwave was once an Autobot. Ironhide was once a Decepticon.
That's interesting.
I mean, I guess. And the other side just accepts them. We're like, all right, just change your little badge there.
Change your tattoos. Welcome aboard.
It's a civil war, man. Okay. By the way, before I move on, Philly, you're watching that. You're still recording, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect.
Sweet.
I have learned my lesson.
After teleporting to Egypt, where it's an inexplicably also daytime.
Nighttime doesn't exist.
Continuity doesn't matter.
Now, again, if it's morning in the East Coast in Washington, D.C., then it could still be afternoon, evening in Egypt. But I was like, this
what are the odds that everywhere they go is daytime?
This is a bit of a stretch, yeah. Anyway, after Jetfire finally explains that their earliest ancestors came to seek out Energon, their only fuel, but its only source is from suns. In order to harvest the Energon, the Transformers would need to exterminate an entire sun, but vowed to never do so if there were ever signs of life depending on that sun. The Fallen disagrees and sought to use the machine now covered by the Great Pyramid to harvest Energon and wipe the humans out in the process. A battle took place over the Matrix, the key to the power of the machine. The Fallen was defeated, and the Primes literally killed themselves to hide the Matrix somewhere in the desert nearby. Only a Prime can stop the Fallen, and without Optimus, all hope is lost. But Sam theorizes that maybe the Matrix can bring Optimus back to life, despite the fact that it's not designed to do so, and also despite the fact that he had a machine that's only purpose was to give Transformers life, and he wasted it on Jetfire. Jetfire shoots...
Despite the fact that the Matrix is already in Optimus's goddamn chest.
Yeah. Is it?
What?
He does not become Optimus without the Matrix in his chest. It's what makes him Optimus Prime.
In the first place. Like,
in
years ago.
Every rendition of Transformers in the history of Transformers, except for exactly this movie.
Interesting.
Okay.
Jetfire shoos them off to find the doorway with a riddle. I have one of my favorite parts of this movie is right here, and it is when Simmons is hurrying up
oh my god,
Jetfire, and he goes, "Let's not get episodic, okay, old timer. Beginning, middle, end, facts, details, condense, plot, tell it. And I'm sitting here going like, so you know, right? So you know what's going on here.
2-hour goddamn movie going, let's fucking try it, Mike.
Move on.
He's lampshading the movie.
Like, I don't know, man. Is this a reshoot? Like, at what point did you make this joke and go, but should we listen to him? Like, is he making fun? Like, what is this? He's making fun of himself, right?
Because it's like we keep getting like, oh, we're almost gonna get an action scene, but then we don't. Let's do a lore dump real quick, and then go back to standing around.
Yeah, but not only that. Like, look at the series of MacGuffins that we had to get here. There's two shards of what's it called? Allspark. They had to get that. Then they had to go seek out Simmons, who then told them to go seek out a Decepticon, which they already happen to have, who then told them go seek out this other guy, who then tells them go find the Matrix. They got to go find the Matrix, and they got to go take it to... There's so many little moving steps in just this one part of the movie. Yep. So it's like this is the part. Beginning, middle, facts, details, facts, condense, plot, tell it. You know?
I have in my notes, it's absolute irony that he says in a 2.5-hour movie that easily could have been 2 hours.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even mad at the 2.5 hours. That's a fine runtime. But it could have been filled with so many better things.
It could have been more meaningful.
Yeah. It could have had action scenes, which this movie is like missing for some reason.
Well, it's like we keep like getting like parts of action scenes.
Yeah, parts. We get beginning and ends of action scenes. We're missing all that middle
But it's like
part.
by the time we get to the action, I don't care anymore.
Yeah. Let's see some other things. I fucking love the lapse in logic where they're like, "Hey, how do we protect this matrix? Do we destroy it? Do we bring it with us to another planet? We got to keep it away from this machine. How about we die on top of it?" What?
That'll stop everyone.
Just hope that the Decepticons never discover the use of a shovel.
How about we leave it, but we die, so no one's protecting it? We'll just die on top of it.
We're gonna not kill the worst dude in the history of dudes. We're just gonna kill ourselves.
Well, that's the other thing. They leave him alive. Like, he's fine. He's just the fallen. He's banished or whatever.
So much time to find it.
Oh yeah, a millennia.
I'm thinking the fallen's kind of stupid too.
Well, it's so funny when all of them just like lie on top of each other and then blow up.
Just gonna do a huddle real quick. Gonna blow up and seal ourselves in rock.
Yeah, they kind of just did a group hug.
Why didn't they stay alive to defend it?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, you did the dumbest thing out of all the possible outcomes.
We'll bury it a few feet, blow ourselves up. Nobody will ever find it.
Isn't that some weird suicide pact going on? All right, guys, we all got to die together, right?
Stupid. It's so dumb.
So, Sun Harvester is a thing.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
It never, ever has taken the entire sun.
Oh, so it's like a solar panel. Why don't they just use solar panels?
It's a giant solar panel. It takes a little bit of the sun because why would you waste such a rich resource?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, eventually, it will like take the sun over like 2,000 or 3,000 years.
Yeah, I could see it maybe like speeding up the death of the sun, but like completely just like right
then
and there taking it like
blow it up, call it a day, move on.
Move on. Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. Job done.
Simmons realizes where they need to go, but they're chased by Decepticons. The Transformers hide, and Michaela puts on a face covering because that's supposed to work, even though they're with giant robots who can only transform into beautifully cleaned and polished, colorful concept cars. Simmons calls Lennox, and they devise a plan. I say that because they are sorely out of place in Egypt.
Yup.
Everyone's in like
robots in disguise, my ass.
Yeah, they're on like camels and old cars, and these guys are like polished to the nines. Like they are
not even like dirt on them.
Yeah, they're
at least
so
make yourself
clean.
look like, military vehicles or something.
Do something. Yeah, something. But it's okay because Michaela put on a face mask.
She's the only one in disguise.
Well, Leo puts one on too.
Oh yeah.
What would you say?
How did Sam hurt his hand?
I don't even remember.
Who knows?
He probably.
Also, it's not a teleport. It's a space bridge, which is meant to move large armies of troops through space quickly at a time.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
A quick recap right there.
Simmons calls Lennox, and they devise a plan. After getting past Deep Roy, that's an actor. We'll get to him. I'm gonna do him on a quick keeper cancel. They get to the pyramids and hide overnight, where Michaela and Sam reconnect and almost say I love you to each other. But Sam has an epiphany about the pyramids and some stars and where to go next. Again, this is the part of the movie where they have to just keep, we got to go to the next thing and the next thing.
The most unrealistic part of this movie is that Sam can't say I love you to Megan Fox.
Oh my God. Or is it the most realistic? Because, like, look at him. It's Sam Witwicky. He's kind of an asshole. Meanwhile, Lennox and his crew carrying Director Galloway and Optimus's body stage a fake evacuation, and Lennox tricks Galloway into putting on a parachute and jumping off the plane. Lennox sends a message to the military to plan an attack.
Okay, I actually really like this scene.
This was good. There's some...
When he like tricks him to pull in, he goes, "Not now, dumbass. We're still on the plane."
He just flies right off. They sold this scene really well.
Yeah, no, this was well done.
Josh Duhamel does really good. Listen,
Josh Duhamel's
he's excellent.
One of the better actors in this.
Yeah, he's great. There's enough good humor in this movie that you didn't need all the humping and the witwicky shenanigans, because there are some jokes in here that land really well. And this is definitely one of them.
Lost in a sea of mediocrity.
Crap. Yeah, it's just such crap, you know. Anyway, I also love that like they go to the pyramids and they're literally there, and that's where like, oh, we'll just make camp here. Like that's like making camp in Disney. Like that's a huge tourist attraction.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, we'll just sleep right here. So the pyramids are behind us.
Aren't the pyramids like right next to Cairo?
Yeah.
Like you can see them from the city.
Yeah, and they're also like on like some random like hut that they found. It's like a guard's hut or something.
People should already be there.
Yeah, there's like guards and like tourists and shit. Like you can't just do that.
So I don't know if either of you guys are astronomers.
I dabble. I like astronomy.
I did about 5 minutes of research.
Yeah.
According to my research, Orion's belt is nowhere near Egypt.
Okay.
I guess
So that's not really like. It depends. It depends on a lot of things. But Egypt is roughly near us in terms of latitude. At least us in Florida. You're in Canada. Egypt is a little further south, I think, than us. Right. So it's about the same as like, you know, like places in the Caribbean and stuff. So they would be able to see roughly the same night sky that we would here in Florida. And you can see Orion's belt like almost every night here. Now, if they were in this... It depends on the time of year, but like for most of the year we can see it just fine.
Okay, because my research said that Orion's belt is most visible in Vancouver.
Yeah, we can see it good here too. Okay. Again, it has nothing to do with where you are on the planet. It has to do with your latitude.
Right.
Because you know the thing.
Yes, that makes sense because I've heard that space is kind of big.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, and also like obviously the Earth is rotating, and throughout the year, it depends on the time of year, because then like nighttime will be facing a slightly different direction throughout the year, basically. So,
and,
okay.
I mean, if you can see it here,
let it slide.
That means you'd be able to see it there at a different time of year. I'm like almost certain.
I don't know how visible it would be, because like you said, it's not quite the same as us.
Now, I don't know, and I actually did mean to look it up. Well, again, it's not just a latitude thing. It's also like when their night starts, then the planet's facing a different direction.
True. Yeah.
So it also has to do with the time of year, but they're only like a quarter spin away from us. So it's like it can't be that different. I'm sure they can see. The Egyptians discovered that the Earth was round by looking at the stars. You know what I mean? I'm sure that they can see Orion's belt.
True.
Now, if Orion, what I did mean to look up is if Orion's belt, if any of what bullshit he said had any truth to it, that the Orion's belt stars are related to the pyramids.
I have read that somewhere before.
All right, then maybe it was right. Yeah, but
it's also very convenient that they're the only 3 stars in the sky.
I mean, they're not, but like you can see them, like you can pick them out. They're like some of the easiest stars to pick out.
But in the shot, they're the only 3 stars.
Every other star is just like obscured from.
But I mean, they're kind of bright. Yeah.
I mean, they're bright, but they're like they stand out. But there should still be so many other stars in the sky.
Betelgeuse is one of the stars in that. He's not on the belt, but he's one of the stars in Orion. And I just saw Betelgeuse, and I thought it was really good.
I haven't seen it yet.
I thought it was so good.
Huh.
I haven't even seen the first one.
I liked it better than the first one.
The first one I don't think aged super well. I still like it, but it's like
I think the second one's better. It is wacky as shit, and I love that. Sable hated it. Anyway, the team arrived to Petra, where the twins argue and break a wall, revealing the Matrix. But when Sam picks it up, it dissolves into dust. Sam refuses to lose hope, so he scoops most of the dust and puts it in a bag.
Yeah, but not all of it.
Not all of it. So how does that work?
just like most of it.
And I thought that. I'm like, are you getting all of it, though?
There's no way he got every particle
Did
of
you get
the
a little
Matrix.
shot back or something? Like,
I'm pretty sure on the Matrix, like as long as you got like 65%, you're cool.
It's just gonna turn back into the Matrix. Nest
Also,
arrives.
Matrix doesn't look like that.
What does it look like?
Yeah, what's it look like?
It's how do I? It's you guys can see me. I don't know how you guys want to explain. It's like two handles,
Okay.
and then they're connected to like a sphere in the middle, which is a blue sphere surrounded in either gold or bronze, and you're meant to pull it apart, which would open it, and then would put the Matrix in your chest. It's meant to merge with a Transformer spark.
Oh, that sounds way cooler than the little key thing that we got.
Also, we don't
Yeah,
even see
little yin and yang thing that we got.
We kind of also don't like see what it does because
No,
he
'cause
sticks it in Optimus, but it's also off screen.
Yeah.
Kinda. Like we see his perspective. We don't.
It's like he gave him an EpiPen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's like this. It's like the shot of adrenaline from Pulp Fiction.
yep.
Yeah.
Nest arrives to a village nearby to airdrop army guys, the other Autobots, and once again clunking Optimus's body on the ground. Lennox signals their location, but just notifies Stars. Lennox shoots a signal. Lennox shoots a flare for their location, which just notifies Starscream flying above, who starts to attack. Leo starts panicking, so Simmons tases him again. Starscream stops attacking for some reason and just patrols and shoots an EMP to cut off their communications. Megatron arrives and lands on top of the pyramid and summons the rest of the Decepticons to search for Sam. Lennox commands the mission to his men and the Autobots to stop them from doing so. Meanwhile, Simmons, Leo, and the twins witness a transformation of 5 construction vehicles into Devastator, the ultimate destruction machine.
While those vehicles are apparently still going around.
Yeah. As we learned. One of my biggest things here is that they go to Petra, which is where this I forget the exact name of it, but it's where that temple is located. It's carved into the side of the wall of the mountain. It is an incredibly famous
There would be a
location.
ton of people there.
There would be so many people there, and the fact that they just walk up to it. And at first I thought, well, it's just a filming location, and they're they did this in Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's where the movie ends. It's just a filming location, and it's just supposed to be like a secret.
Oh, is that where they open the Ark?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just supposed to be like a secret, temple that they found or whatever. But like they named it. They're like, oh, we're going to Petra specifically.
Okay, they should have done that.
And then like even fucking Leo's like, have you guys considered that like people have been here before? This is not a discovery. You know, like they would have found it, and it's like, yeah, who are you?
There's a painting over it.
Yeah, no. Like you're telling us, like tell the director because there should be tourists here. Like the movie acts like they made this huge discovery.
Tell the director.
Does
Michael Bay know? He should know.
I mean, it's just obviously, it's just. I don't know. I thought it was pretty stupid, but there's a million other stupid things here too. And one more thing that kind of bothers me is how this movie's edited in terms of action, because sometimes you start a scene or a shot that's supposed to be like a setup for a payoff or like a cause and an effect type deal, but then like you put so much crap in the middle that you lose that effect.
Oh,
so like Starscream attacks because why? Because he sees the flare, and then he stops attacking. Why does he stop attacking? We don't actually know for like 3 scenes. Like there's a lot. I read it, but there's a lot of time in between where you're just like, well, why did he fucking stop? And like he's just kind of like hanging out there, and you're like, well, what's going on? And then later you realize, well, Megatron probably gave him an order,
right?
Because they have to find the boy or Sam, and they shot an EMP so that they can't communicate. And it's like a lot of those things get lost when you're just watching the movie.
We also get like 2 minutes of the general going, why can't I contact anyone?
Yeah.
Because they got EMP, dude.
But here's the thing. The first time they got EMP, like it kind of went over my head. But then, well, actually, no. Tyrese says it very clearly. He's like, oh, it's an EMP or whatever. I don't know. It's not good scene editing is all I'm saying.
Right. No, it's messy like the rest of this movie.
Yeah. There's some of that earlier too. There was a shot where like everyone's like ramping up to go battle, and then like there's a college scene after that, and you're like, where are they going? And then like it's not till like 10 minutes later that there's a payoff for that, and you're like, oh, that's where they were going. You know
I
what I mean?
forgot
Like,
about that.
That's not a good way to cut those scenes together. Sorry,
Yeah.
Philly.
I'm gonna say I like the sound that the EMP made.
Oh, I don't remember.
Like tickled my ears like the explosions in Attack of the
Attack.
Clones.
Yeah, I was about to say,
yeah,
like
yeah,
Attack
yeah.
of the Clones. This is some of the best sound editing ever.
Just that nice little twinkle in my ears.
Yeah. Sam and Michaela briefly hide before are found by Decepticons. They continue to hide on their way to the soldiers, and the soldiers, meanwhile, start their standoff in maybe the best shot in the entire Transformers series. I'm not kidding. It's actually beautiful. But this epic shot lasts for 2 seconds before it's cut away to the twins taking on Devastator.
Everything with the twins is just a disaster.
And we spend like a good 5 minutes just there with Devastator when the best part of the movie is happening somewhere else. I have a picture.
It's happening off screen.
Yeah, I have a picture I'm going to show you guys, and I'll put it up on.
Everything with Devastator is wrong.
Yeah, this part.
Oh, that is a
Even the
really good
number-
shot.
Look at this.
That's the one you sent in our chat, right?
Look at it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see, guys, but look at this shot
No,
for a second.
that's really good.
This is.
It's too bad the
Yeah,
rest of the movie
that's a
didn't look
shot.
like that.
I look at this shot and I think there's a really good Transformers movie just in this picture that they could this should be the basis for an entire movie is right here because it's like what if because a lot of this movie I'm gonna go on a fucking tangent here but a lot of this movie is trying to say like hey the military right this is a big fucking army commercial and the military can fight Decepticons and like in the first movie we saw that's kind of true but mostly not
Right.
Like-
Like they can hold their own for a little bit, but they're
Yeah.
not going to win.
but you need the Autobots.
Yeah.
So in this one, you got the character Galloway, who's like, "Hey, we don't need you guys. We can do this on our own. We've always won wars this way. We're gonna fucking be fine." And it begs the question: would you be fine? Like, could you actually stand up to some Decepticons?
Nah.
That's the movie I want to watch. If you're gonna incorporate the military, do it in an interesting way where you actually it doesn't come off like a commercial. It comes off like Top Gun or Saving Private Ryan, where you actually think they're cool. You know,
the military's not going to let you use their shit if you don't like suck their dicks.
I guess. And there's a couple examples of that I'm going to get to. But this shot right here is there's a line of Decepticons. There's maybe like 15 of them. And they are charging towards this battalion of like Lennox and these guys, right? And they have 3 Autobots. And it's like they're working together and they've got a whole plan and it's like a standoff. And this is the movie I want to watch.
It'd be cool.
Where it's fucking Saving Private Optimus or something. You know what I mean? This is the movie. And they cut away from this so fucking quickly and don't really come back to it.
No, we just see the comic relief,
Yeah.
in quotes, fighting.
We
The
cut
big
to the
guy.
scrotum scene later.
Yeah.
Like it's such a punch to the gut because I'm like, this has such fucking potential. You know, like I would actually watch a war movie. You know what this is giving? If got TikTok language.
Oh God.
You know, it's
What is it giving?
It's giving, when Rogue One put up the first few images and it was like, hey, we're gonna storm the beaches of Normandy, but Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah.
You remember that feeling?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, this is gonna be like an actual war movie, like something
Yeah.
that we can relate to, not just Star Wars. Like it's gonna look and feel like a war movie.
It's gonna be wars.
Yeah, and it did, and it was kind of great. You know?
I got some character issues with that movie, but I think
Yeah, sure, but
the war stuff was really good.
you
Yeah.
see where I'm going with it,
Yeah.
right? I don't know, man. I think a better version of this movie would be you get rid of. I was gonna say this for later, but you get rid of Sam and the family and all that bullshit, all of that wasted time, all of the dumb characters.
But
And-
they're the anchor.
no. You make Lennox and his team the anchor,
Actually, that'd be so much better.
right? And because they're funny. There is still room for humor in
Yeah.
that. The fucking Autobots are funny if you let them have any dialogue, which they don't have in this. Only
And
Autobots.
this, yeah, they don't really talk.
It's just Optimus. He's the only one who talks. Now, if the premise of the movie is that Megatron wants to get Optimus, they want to get rid of the Prime, you put the information in his brain because he's a Prime. It's programmed in him or whatever.
Right.
And you don't kill him because that's silly. Everyone knows you're going to bring him back to life anyway. Right?
The first animated movie already did that.
Yeah. It's the second Transformers movie. They killed him in 45 minutes. You know he's coming back.
Yeah.
But anyway, you don't kill him. But you he's taken hostage is Saving Private Ryan, but it's Optimus, and you're left with 3 Autobots and a battalion of guys, and they gotta go behind enemy lines and get Optimus back before Megatron and the Fallen can get the information from his brain. That's your movie.
Is this the pitch you were talking about earlier?
This is my pitch, man. And it looks like this. It's gritty, and it's slow building action. It's not any of these quick cuts.
Yeah.
You really focus on this, and that's a fucking excellent movie. That's the best Transformers movie you can make in these circumstances.
And it's pro-military like Bay wants.
But good.
Right.
Like, there's good military movies out there.
There
you
are.
know? You want a military
Hacksaw
boner?
Ridge.
Yeah, sure. You do one of those. I don't know. Philly, you got
Hacksaw
any
Ridge,
thoughts?
but it's Ratchet.
Yeah.
I could not agree with you more.
That's your movie.
Every single word you just said, I agree with.
You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, but is it family friendly? None of this is family friendly. This is
No.
horny as fuck.
Yeah.
This is for high
You know
school
what's not
horny
family
kids.
friendly? Humping a woman's leg?
You know what's not family friendly? Michael Bay.
Lack of consent. There's so much lack of consent in this movie.
Yeah,
It's
there's
nonstop.
tongues going down throats and
It's just back to back, man. Anyway.
So, Devastator. Just another Michael Bay fuck up.
Oh yeah, the
So even
sand
it's
swallower.
wrong down to the number of robots that are meant to make it.
Oh, they got even that wrong.
Isn't it 5?
Devastator is meant to be 7.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
Whoa.
It's Scavenger, Scrapper, Hightower, Long Haul, who's the leader, Rampage, Overload, and Mixmaster.
Okay. And we got. I don't even
You
know
got,
which 5 we got.
I think you got Mixmaster, I'll say Long Haul, Rampage, Scavenger, Scrapper.
Okay. Mixmaster, what a name.
Oh, he's
Mixmaster.
the ready mix
he's
truck.
the-
He's a concrete
He's
truck, right?
yeah, he's the cement truck.
Of course he is.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Why wouldn't he be?
Hightower is a crane, if that makes you feel any
Yeah,
better.
over it. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And then Long Haul is a dump truck.
He's in the
Okay.
Devastator. He's in the Universal ride.
Oh, the really
Yeah,
terrible
yeah.
ride. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like this. The movie is or the ride is just the first movie in this movie, elements of which condense into like a 5-minute plot.
Yeah, and it's nonsense.
Yeah, it's pure nonsense.
And there's a lot of slow motion to ride, but like you're also moving in slow motion. It's
Yeah.
dumb.
It's pretty silly. I don't like that ride. It's not a good ride.
No.
But the big Optimus outside is really cool, and
Yes.
it's cool when you can take pictures with the robots and they talk to you and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
But that's about it.
that's bad.
The queue is way cooler than the ride.
Yeah, 100%.
When Devastator's doing his vacuum thing,
Oh yeah.
He's sucking up the
Sucks
sand.
up.
He sucks up.
several vehicles. He sucks up
People.
mud flap people, but Leo can hang on to a pipe with one hand and keep Simmons from flying into it.
I'm also
He's got some
curious
upper body
how
strength, man.
Mudflap, who seems to be the weakest of all the Transformers, right? The twins are like clearly the weakest.
Yeah, they suck.
He survives. Like he survives the entire.
If you watch it, like at the back of the vacuum, it's just like 3 like grinders like up against each other.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've ridden the ride. You go through it, and you survive. Also, you're fine.
Yeah, we're fine. We did it.
But, it's not that special, I guess.
Man, maybe Devastator just fucking
Yeah, I think he
sucks.
sucks. Yeah, get good, Devastator.
This version of Devastator sucks.
Spider Nerd said the Devastator model caused a computer to catch fire when they were making it.
Huh?
Why? Because it was so detailed?
That is a fun fact. I mean, it could have been. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then one last thing before we move on. Simmons makes this self trailer about one man alone driving all that shit
Betrayed by his country.
in a self-driving vehicle.
Wait, which one? Oh yeah, true. It's an
He gets
yeah.
into one of the twins. He's like, one man alone, driven like he's never driven before. It's like, dog, you're not driving.
Yeah, he's just letting you pretend like you're driving.
Get in the back seat.
That's kind of funny, though.
Yeah, I do like him and Leo together. There's some good banter.
Yeah, but it always just ends with Leo
It's
getting tased, though.
Yeah, it's stupid, but the part where he was like, "You tased me," and he's like, "That was a test. You passed." I giggled.
And then
giggled.
after this, Leo is not on screen until the very end of the movie.
Good. Anyway, The Decepticons release Sam's parents, who were held hostage to lure Sam out of hiding. Sam shows himself and is nearly killed before Bumblebee saves him. Sam tells his parents that it's time to let him go and make his own choices. The general, whose name I can't pronounce, finally receives communications, so he scrambles more military to their location. You know what that means. Cue the Go Army commercial.
Yep.
It is literally just like a commercial.
Did you see the Snapchat I sent?
Yeah.
It said goarmy.com.
Yeah, this was your joke. I'm stealing it. In the ensuing incoherent battle scenes, tanks and infantry somehow arrive on time.
They get there like instantly.
I would see. That's the thing. I would understand the planes.
Yes, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? The boats carrying the tanks and the loose men and women. That's the part where I'm like, how do they? The Earth is really big. So unless if those aircraft carriers were like in the Mediterranean or like the Red Sea,
we see that there's some people out in the Mediterranean.
Well, I think they mobilized a little bit earlier too, so like maybe, but still, they got there real fast.
Yeah. They got there quicker than like paramedics.
I think they get there before the planes do, actually. Devastator starts sucking away at the top of the Great Pyramid. Simmons chases it for some reason, calling an airstrike to his position on top of one of the most well-known and recognizable places on the planet, and then survives when Devastator is shot down, and also Megatron kills Sam.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Wait, was I going to... I think I meant to cut that sentence out and save it for later, but we'll come back to that. Put a pin in Sam dying. Go on, Devastator.
Devastator is shot down by a railgun, which Simmons, a civilian at this point, talks about over an open frequency radio.
Right, that's sus as fuck.
Well, for the first of all, it's the end of the world, so like forgivable. Second of all,
Simmons says on Sector 7, the general's like, "Oh, I know exactly what the captain said. I know exactly. Oh, Sector 7, you should have said that. I have no problem at all."
I thought Sector 7's whole thing was
secret.
never heard of it. Never will.
Yeah, never heard of it.
Never will.
This guy said, "Oh,
well now everyone's heard of it." So there's that scene where he calls the aircraft carrier captain.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Listen," and he says enough credentials to be like, "This is a real threat. You gotta listen to me."
And he's like, "All right, you know what? All right, I'll shoot at the pyramid."
So here's the real reason this happened. This was a last-minute addition because the military had just made this railgun, and they demanded it be in the movie.
They were like, "Look at our cool new technology."
Yes. So
is that a real fact?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Oh my God.
It was a late addition along with the Chevy Volt. That Chevy equally was like, "We need this in the movie." So
Michael Bay was like, "How much money are you gonna give me?"
Yeah, no, seriously, make it happen. And I just think it's funny because it's a goddamn like railgun. It's a cannon, basically. It's
what
like,
about
what are we?
Why not just shoot it at the pyramid?
Did we get?
Okay, so that's the other thing. Yeah, so Simmons is like, I need to give them the coordinates, so I physically need to be where he needs to shoot.
The scrotum.
So he has to climb up the pyramid, which is an insane thing to do.
I guess that it makes sense, but like I hate it.
It's a very tall pyramid, and those are not climbable steps.
No,
as you see him do.
Yes.
Now I've climbed a pyramid, but in Mexico it was
those aren't the same kind of pyramids.
Smaller, and it was not so steep, and it's got steps.
They're also not as pyramid-like, right?
Well, it's a pyramid, but it's a little. It's less. It's not a 45.
Yeah.
Like Giza is. Anyway.
Before.
And then he
Simmons
survives.
Climbs a pyramid.
He fucking survives. He's like, "Hey, shoot it now," and he's fine. He could have just said, "Shoot the top of the goddamn pyramid."
Shoot the bottom of the goddamn pyramid. Just shoot the pyramid.
Shoot the pyramid.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying?
I was going to say, before Simmons climbs the pyramid, he says to Leo, "Remember what I did for my country," while he's in Egypt, because protecting the United States is more important than protecting the world.
Oh, hell yeah. It makes sense coming from Simmons, though, because he was a like government agent, basically.
Yeah.
But it's still silly.
I also really like the line with the orange smoke. I thought that was funny.
See, it was funny, but it was also like, God, of course Tyrese called a fucking airstrike on his own position.
Because he goes like that orange smoke.
He's
like, not my best throw, man.
He threw it like 2 feet.
I thought that was sometimes that happens. You play
it does.
You play sports and you jank one. shanked to nothing. Like
I told him to aim for the orange smoke.
That orange smoke.
I guess the only critiques are like they take
Like
a long time
it
to
was
start
funny.
running.
It
Yeah.
was funny, but
But that's what I'm saying. There's enough humor that's good that you can make a movie and
most
cut
of
out all
the
the
humor
crap.
with the military guys is great.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
I don't like Tyrese, but he's good comedic kind of a sidekick. It
Well,
works.
I mean, that's all he does in Fast and Furious. Also,
Yeah, true.
It's weird how much like Sam's like, Dad, you have to get in the car. You got to go. And his dad's like, No, you're my son. He's like, No, get in the car. He almost forces his dad in the car, and Michaela goes, Get in the car. He goes, No. He goes, Okay.
also,
Gotta have my hot girl scene.
I forgot how does parents get to?
They were kidnapped.
Oh yeah, the
What a
Decepticons
wonderful
took him.
question. Rampage, who is currently part of Devastator, carries them to Egypt.
Oh, he's
Well, that doesn't make any damn sense either.
damn. They're hoping we don't notice, but they don't realize that Transformers nerds exist.
Also, in this scene, I think you see 3 of the Decepticons that were currently in Devastator in all these cuts.
That's great.
That's silly.
You for sure see Mixmaster, Long Haul, and Rampage.
Well, Michael Bay doesn't make Transformers movies for Transformers fans.
That's absolutely true.
yeah.
Actually.
It's,
Also,
we're getting that full force here.
Yeah.
One more thing. When they're running in slow motion, Michaela is centered on screen as Sam is off to the side.
Yeah.
Sam's not hot like she is.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Are Sam's boobs bouncing just the right way?
Sam's boobs are not bouncing just
There
the
you
way.
go.
That's why
Wrong
he
way.
wasn't in the center of the
That's
shot.
why he's not in the shot. Again,
So
I
I
also
think
think Michaela could carry the movie, but go on.
You
Probably,
mentioned
honestly.
the boats that the soldiers arrive on. The boats they arrive on, I'm sure it was meant by the design team and not that the same boat is usually what turns into an Autobot named Sea Spray.
Oh,
Oh.
neat.
I thought was a cool little detail.
That is a cool little detail.
Maybe it was an Autobot.
That'd be so funny if one of them was just like an Autobot in disguise. He was like, "All right, guys, I'm fighting with you." And like, what the fuck?
He's like,
Right
I've
on.
been there the whole time. I know
What?
all your secrets.
You've all farted on
You
me.
wanna banish me now?
Yeah.
Also, Sam holds a sock up to Lennox. He's like, I got to get to Optimus right now. And Lennox was like, what's up with the sock, dude?
Yeah. Sam
Oh, it's
doesn't
a
explain anything ever. He's
So
just
I actually wondered where he got the sack from.
I'm
a
assuming
sock.
it's his sock.
That makes sense. Yeah,
That
he just
makes-
took it off.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was
Sam's
smart.
run, like,
That was pretty
4
smart.
miles in the desert in
Yeah.
just shoe and foot.
that's probably the most ingenious thing he's done.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Listen, that poor guy's got blisters.
Oh yeah. No, his feet are fucking done.
The military tanks slow down Megatron, and medics come to resuscitate Sam. Oh no, I did mean to say that he died. Sam's dead,
okay. Sam's dead.
but he is apparently dead. In near death afterlife, Sam speaks to the other primes.
Oh, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 primes specifically. Three with speaking lines.
Prime number 1, prime number 2, and prime number 3. Those are really the main ones.
Who tell him that he's earned the matrix of leadership and that it is his destiny, despite everything that happened to him has been accidental. The matrix is reforged.
Can I just stop you right there?
Yeah, go ahead.
You have to earn the Matrix.
Maybe he earned it by dying.
The Fallen couldn't use it anyways.
Oh, I guess that's a good point.
Oh, so
You
they
have
just
to earn it.
had to not do anything.
Well, see,
The Matrix cannot be found. It has to be earned. So just fucking give it to him.
this is yeah. This is more of a, Roberto Orci and Alex Kurtzman bullshit, because they did the same thing with Spider-Man, where it was like, no, you didn't just like happen upon this, you were chosen. This is your destiny. Even if it defeats the purpose of Spider-Man.
But in Spider-Man, he was chosen by his father. It wasn't like destiny. It was
But he
like
didn't
I'm putting my DNA in it to stop Oscorp from using it.
Okay.
He didn't plan on his son being bit ever.
But the whole point of Spider-Man is that this thing just happened to him, and he has to step up to the
Well,
responsibility.
it did just kind of happen to him. It's just it would have just killed anybody else.
Anyway,
I'll
my point
defend
is-
that movie.
My point. Okay, yeah, you fucking. Anyway, I'm right. That's the thing.
This is the scene that made me the most angry in the movie.
So pin in that. But my point is that they had to sneak this in. They had to sneak in that it's all a destiny, that you're the chosen one. You're a hero.
And then he
because you have
disappears after the
magic
third
blood,
movie.
but it's not magic blood, it's magic memories in this one. So he again, even though like he just bought Bumblebee because he needed a cheap car, like, and you know the glasses he found the glasses because his grandfather had them or whatever. Like, even though all this stuff is accidental and like none of the events from this movie were preordained, like the movie has to tell him, oh, actually you're special. That's my issue with these two fucks. Anyway,
Which I agree
say?
with. The Matrix has always had to be earned.
Well, okay, well there you go. Well, but like it should be earned because not because it's his destiny, but because he did good stuff.
Right.
So the Matrix has been earned by one other person in Transformers history, and that guy went insane.
Oh well, there you go. Well,
Nice.
The Matrix has like the Allspark. It's got infinite power inside it, and this guy got a taste of infinite power and lost his goddamn mind.
Oh, I mean that fits Sam.
yeah,
He's lost his goddamn
he was
mind.
tweaking pretty hard.
And then, yes, so between the not giving the primes names and the you have to earn this shit, but we can't give him the phone because he might have earned it. We don't really know. It's so poorly done.
The Matrix is reforged and Sam is revived, just as Michaela says he loves him. Well, nope. Just as Michaela says she loves him. Sam shoves the Matrix into Optimus and brings him back to life. He is still weakened from his previous fight, so Jetfire, who is also dying, donates his parts to fight the Fallen, who arrives to steal the Matrix and activate the pyramid. It was kind of funny that he just arrives just then. He's like, haha, it's mine, and now I'm gone.
Yeah, it was silly.
The combined...
Revive Optimus, take it right out of Optimus, go, he's alive now, we're all good.
The combined Optimus and Jetfire fly to the pyramid and kills the Fallen faster than I can finish a sentence. Optimus then flies down to fight Megatron, who also defeats him pretty quickly. Who is also defeated pretty quickly. In a close-up blur of CGI robot parts that is completely unwatchable.
It's so disorienting.
Yeah. He stands victorious next to the Great Sphinx, and Sam finally says that he loves Michaela. It's not directly spoken, though. Oh, they're talking about in the chat if Sam is dead or not. He's just not in the fourth one.
I think in the fifth one they mentioned there's only...
He's killed off screen.
Delicious. Anyway.
Scorponok shows up and fucks Jetfire right up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of cool.
And then he's like, hey, you know what? I saw a prime. I'm dying anyways. Here's my stuff. Enjoy it.
And then Optimus is like, all right, use it. Don't need this shit anymore.
And then jolts on screen again.
So I like the idea of this. It's very Power Rangers, right?
Yeah.
This is a thing.
And it's a thing in Transformers, sure, because obviously you want to get two toys that you didn't know can fit together, but can fit together, right?
Yeah,
However,
hell yeah.
Yeah?
One has never had to die to become part of another.
Sure, okay, but like he's already dying, so might as well. Like I like
they do this cool thing where they like transform.
Right, they do transform.
Transformers.
Little known fact about these guys. But it's very Power Rangers, you know, or it kind of reminds me of like when the Sixth Ranger shows up in almost every iteration.
Mm-hmm.
That Megazord actually serves as some sort of like accessory to the major to the Megazord. So like, you know, the green Dragon Zord worked as like an armor for the Megazord at one point, and his tail was a sword or some bullshit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he had like a helmet. It was almost like a samurai outfit.
Because you got to buy both toys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I like that. Spider is saying like, yeah, it's like a power up. I like the power up. In this, it happens so quickly, and he doesn't stop moving that it's just a black blur on top of Optimus.
And then he throws it away.
And before you even realize.
Yeah.
He doesn't do a hero pose with it on. You don't even see what it looks like.
He's just like, get this shit off me.
Yeah, and at least when they fucking do it with the Power Rangers, and it's a limitation of the budget, they hang on to it. You see it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you see all the features of it, and the fight is nice and slow. And this is like, there's so much spinning, and it's all in close-ups that like him and fighting Megatron at the end, it's you know what it looks like the Tasmanian devil tornado. You know, in the cartoons are we're gonna fight and it's like a dust cloud and you just see fists and stuff. That's literally what happened.
Yeah, it was a pretty lame like final act.
Also, Optimus shoots one bullet and destroys the entire pyramid.
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah.
One bullet.
Well, he's got I guess, yeah, it's like Jetfire cannon or whatever. But
the culmination sequence is a mess. The fight is, even as someone that has always been able to kind of tell who's who, it's a blur.
No, it's literally a blur.
Yeah.
We're just like rolling around and then just rips his face off and punches through his chest.
It didn't help that the power up like made Optimus like the same kind of like chunky that Megatron became. So this like they kind of look the same.
He's pretty thick, yeah.
Yeah.
He's thick, but he's spinning a lot, and I can't even tell if he's like standing up straight or if he's like
it looks
sideways.
really good in the third movie because he can like take it off.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like in later movies, I don't know, but like I think a lot about comparing this movie to the first one. And the first one, like,
does everything better.
At least a lot of the action is in the camera. You know, it's not all this kind. I mean, there are obviously quick cuts, but like,
well, we were talking about how the action in the third movie was not difficult to follow overall.
I don't remember the third one that much.
Yeah, because we were like, Michael Bay can put together a good action.
Yeah, I mean, he can do it.
Yeah,
like,
he just didn't do it here.
To, yeah.
Yeah,
whether he wants to is a different thing. I don't know. It's a different whatever. But no, for what you want like the final fight to be, and one of my complaints of all Transformers movies fights is like they fight until for whatever reason one of them wins. Yeah. You know, it's just like they punch, and then oh, actually I got to rip your head off this time. And it's like, well, what made you do that and not do it earlier? And this is one of those where it's like, why did you just beat Megatron so quickly? You know what I mean? Like, you just punched him and then you shot him, and then now it's over.
And now Megatron's running away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or did he run away? I thought. Oh no, he did run away.
Yeah. Oh
no!
What just happened?
What the fuck happened?
Is it reboot?